I got you. as if everybody's like waiting for me, right? Oh, oh. Um, sure. 700 videos special. I've I've made 700 videos on YouTube. Nobody cares. It's amazing. Right. It's all about you, people. Yeah. You came in here looking for a good stream. You're going to be sorely disappointed. Although we are playing Master of Puppets, which will immediately get me annihilated on YouTube. So I probably shouldn't play this. Yes, I don't know. It's a good song. Don't get me wrong. I love the song, but. Like if you wanna if we wanna go back and forth with music, probably not the best one to do it with. I don't know. Actually, I don't know how to get my. Ooh. Oh, I don't know how to get my Oh, there it is. Okay, alright. Sorry. I have to change it. YouTube will annihilate my channel. I don't want to change it. Believe me, I could do some Master Puppets right now. But, I just can't right now. Sorry. This I know. She told me don't worry about it. She told me don't worry no more. Okay. We both know we can't go without it. Right, like y'all understand, right? YouTube. I can feel my face when I'm with you, but I love it. YouTube will annihilate my channel if I played more Master of Puppets. And I very much enjoy Master of Puppets. But maybe whenever I go down in flames and it's gonna nope himself out or whatever, then I'll do Master Puppets. Because what do I have to lose? But maybe not right now. Wait, what do we have here? Hold on. Final Fantasy 72. Hold hold on, my friends. We have here. I'll show you what I'm looking at right now. I'll actually come up here and what am I gonna do? Okay, fair enough. We have some Final Fantasy 2 music featuring Final Fantasy 5, 8, and 9 returns to the UK this summer. All right, so a thing about me is that I saw the Zelda Symphony like live and I fucking cried my eyes out. Oh, Swedish Wargoat's here. Because of course he is. Why would he not be? It's 6 a.m. in the morning and he's like 6 hours ahead, so he's like here at noon ish, noon or 1 or something like that. Hiwa? Yeah, I got you. Have you ever seen the like a video game music symphony? I'm not gonna lie, I'm pretty fucking drunk right now. So we're gonna get a lot of music stuff today. You know, I don't want anyone else to hear, but I'm just saying, I slept about 3 hours and I've taken like 13 fucking shots of 100 proof vodka and or 100 proof stuff. So I'm you know, you know what you're getting into. You know what you're getting into whenever you come here, and then hold on, Swedish. Here, hold on. I don't know what the fuck you're talking about. Um, you're on YouTube, right? YouTube.com. Here, I'm just gonna pull up the chat on Restreamium. What did you say? Yes, saw the first Final Fantasy Orchestra thingy in Europe and Stockholm. Oh, Matsu was there and stuff. Yeah. Um, how good Suematsu? Like we can only ever hope to be anywhere near him. Do I? Did I have? Surely I did, right? Surely I did. Surely I had some Uematsu stuff. I kind of want to see what I said about Uematsu because I wanted my shit to be like evergreen, like the Evan Glare Final Fantasy bullshit. Um a year of Final Fantasy, I think is what it's called. Like like this is just for me as it is me like announcing my shit. Oh, the Black Ages Nobuo Matsu's heavy metal band. Let's see, did I do it right? Probably not. Uh, let's listen. So a lot of people said that I speak very slowly because I'm from Texas and we're stupid fucking like hillbillies here and we speak incredibly slow. So I think it was since my probably second month. I'm trying to think. I'm not like actually just having a hamster run in my brain very slowly. I think it was about my second. It might have been my third month. That people were like, you speak like a fucking like a hillbilly. Pick up the pace, and I was like, okay, well, I just kind of like shortened every video that I did by like 20%. So. Oh, we are. Oh wait.
Black mages were formed.
Oh shit.
By Nobuo Uematsu, Kenichiro Fukui,
There you go.
and
You can hear it now.
Tsuyoshi Sakido. Sorry if I messed any of those up, who themselves were composers for music at Square.
It's amazing.
Songs are remixed kind of metal.
I've never seen the Black Mages live. It's my one failure as a Final Fantasy fan. Is Bad Times. I have, however, seen Koji Kondo live. It's pretty
versions
dope.
of various Final Fantasy songs. Specifically, they're progressive metal due to the heavy featuring of synthesizers and keyboards, though you can make arguments that there's some symphonic metal, power metal, there's, you know, all these different...
Listen to old Evan Glare fucking throwing down the prog metal, symphonic metal, heavy metal, black metal, whatever kind of metal you want. I haven't changed very much with my musical tastes.
Different kind of subgenres. I enjoy metal music a lot, but sometimes
do
the
I?
distinction between the subgenres to me can be just a little bit silly. But
Have I changed? Have I changed? I don't think I have. I think subgenres are stupid fucking bullshit. I'm sorry. If you like actually, this is not black metal. It's heavy metal with a dash of prog metal with melodic metal and the tendencies of going through the circle of fifths, and it's amazing. Shut the fuck up. It's good music. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. I fucking hate musical snobs. I deal in the realm of good music, and if it's good music, black metal, metal, classical rock, pop, whatever, like even then, musical snobs. Here, I'll backpedal for you. I'll backpedal like 15 seconds.
Genres. I enjoy metal music a lot, but sometimes the distinction between the subgenres to me can be just a little bit silly. But anyway, that's a completely different video. The band's proper albums, of which
I never made, and I should make that. That is a completely fucking different video, and I need to make it because fuck people that are actually, you know that guy, like the actually guy.
there are three, are numbered. They began releasing their albums on February 19th, 2003 by DigiCube, which was a subsidiary of Square, basically created to distribute Square products. Later, after the merge with Enix,
Oh my god, I did
properly re-released that first album. The first album was simply titled The Black Mages, which contained various arrangements of battle themes, specifically only battle themes.
Look, I'm learning from myself. Imagine that.
1 through 10, all the Final Fantasies that were out at the time, which is fitting, seeing most of the Final Fantasy battle music is geared.
Okay, whoever's watching this, I know Swedish Wargoat is. What's your favorite Final Fantasy song? Like that may be a hard one. I don't know how like familiar you are with Final Fantasy, but like, what's your, let's say, top 3 or something? Because there's a lot of them. There's a lot of good shit out there.
Towards a more hard rock metal feel. Specifically, your mind probably jumps to Final Fantasy VII. That was like pure kind of rock metal. The first album actually reached number 4.
Old Evan Glare was not wrong.
Oricon charts, which I learned. Those are similar to our kind of top Billboard charts here in America. The next album, entitled Black Mages 2.
I'm gonna be real. I don't know what the fuck I just said, but I know I like did enough investigation to like realize what is the top like 40 in America and what's the top 40 in Japan. And I just told you the difference, but I'm going to be completely honest. I don't remember that. I literally just heard myself explain it, and I have no idea what the fuck this is.
Guys Above is, of course, similar to their first outing. However,
so you say 6, 7, and 9. Like specifically what songs? Like I could ask you what are the best battle songs. I could ask you what are the best like world music. What is the best you know, I could do any kind of like number of genres. Let's go battle music. Like boss and regular battle. I think I actually have mine. I think I would go Final Fantasy IV boss battle. I think I would do decisive battle from Final Fantasy VI, and then I think I'd do the big bridge battle from Final Fantasy V. I need to do like a lot of tier lists for this. I should have done tier lists for my bullshit. Oh, the black mages or whatever. I thought you asked me about the hands. I can't really rank them. So many good ones. Give me your favorite like battle themes. I to me, I would say Final Fantasy VI Decisive Battle would be my favorite, and then Final Fantasy IV because you like if you've watched me in the past like 2 weeks, whenever I come into a Final Fantasy IV boss in Final Fantasy 14, I like get so fucking pumped up that I forget my rotations and shit on Dragoon and or Red Mage, and then battle at the big bridge on Final Fantasy V. It's either that or tied for like Final Fantasy VII boss battle music. Anyway, let's see what this stupid motherfucker has to say right now. I at this point I am y'all. Like I am actually viewing this as a viewer. I don't even remember doing any of this. Of course, I had like 738 fucking vodka shots since then. So why would I remember? Decisive battle. Yeah, I'll play it in a minute. Hold on.
Instead, this time it contained other tracks from the games rather than just sticking to only battle themes. The album was.
The man with the machine gun is so good, though. The battle at the big bridge, Final Fantasy V, might be knocked down a little bit with man with the machine gun. That song is so fucking dope. Man with the machine gun. If you don't know, most people know it maybe as like the Laguna battle theme in Final Fantasy VIII. Whenever you play as Laguna in the flashbacks, that's a really good one. That's a really fucking good battle theme.
It's released on December 22nd, 2004 by the Universal Music Group and contains 11 tracks.
Shut up,
11
Evan Glare.
is an original
I hate
track
you.
entitled Blue Blast, Winning the Rainbow, which was created specifically for a popular K1 fighter in Japan known as Takahiro Murama.
How the fuck did I know this? I actually did research and actually put a lot of time and effort into this. I don't even remember any of it. I clearly like. So in every one of these videos, I wanted to spit a little facts that like probably nobody knew because like I delved really deep. And look, like I don't even care. Like I'm the person that's watching this, like, yeah, oh, slack jawed yokel kind of person. Man, I really put a lot of time and effort into this, and it just I don't know why it didn't work out. I don't know if it's like me being a shitty YouTuber or me being like incredibly pedantic with my like research, or maybe other people put it out. I don't know. It like the shit that I just heard, like, oh my god, it's like completely brand new information for me. Nobody gives a flying fuck about it. And I'm not complaining. I probably wouldn't either, right? It's just YouTube is a fickle mistress. And I've been on this like Final Fantasy kick. I got Dragoon to 90, Red Mage to 90, I'm doing in-game shit. How many people care? None of them, right? Anyway,
K1 being a popular and martial artist league. The second album was received less than favorably.
We're learning some shit.
Negative. It just most of the issues were with the vocal arrangements. The vocals didn't really fit the kind of style of music that the Black Mages were playing, which, I've heard it. I guess I can understand that. I'm not a huge fan of vocals, just period anyway. But let's move on.
Mini bot.
The third album came out in
I'm listening to my own shit and reviewing what I have done. What are you up to, Minibot? I can't wait until the bot comes in here that's telling me that they watched all these super huge YouTubers, and I'm the guy that they watched after they watched all of them, like doing Final Fantasy 14. Whatever.
titled,
Anyway,
of course, Black Mages 3, Darkness and Starlight,
I
released
don't know
in
what I've done.
2008 by Uematsu's own Dog Ear Records. Only
Yeah, so I don't know if y'all knew this, and I'm gonna be completely honest. I forgot like how Uematsu made his exit, but he was like, "Yeah, I'm not gonna do that anymore." And he made his own, like I said, own dog ear records. I'm assuming I'm correct because I actually like put effort and shit into this. Yeah, reacting to myself, peak content. Would not do again. Um, dude, how good is final? Like, how good is Nobuo Uematsu? I'll tell you how good. It's gonna be a hot take, very hot take. Um, Yasunori Mitsuda is better than Uematsu. That is not to downplay Uematsu in any way, shape, or form. I'm just saying this that uh I love the creator of like the Chrono Trigger music and well Chrono Cross music more so. More than Uematsu, and like if you've watched my channel in the past what month and a half, I've been super dope on Final Fantasy 14, but I learned how to play music on the guitar from Yasunori Mitsuda. So
only one
whatever.
track on the album
Let's go.
features vocals, and that's the album's title, Darkness and Starlight, which is sung by the performers
So good.
themselves rather
So
than
dope.
enlisting others for vocals like the previous album. The third album here features much of the same style as the second one. This third album was much more positively received generally than the second. No consensus though on whether it tops the original outing or not, but either way.
You hear that? I actually went and like looked up reviews and shit. Like, oh, what did people like? What? And I was so like young go getter back then. Now I just stream bullshit because nobody cared about what I did, and I'm kind of getting the same interaction like right now. And it's like okay, because I used to do like two incredibly well documented Final Fantasy videos. Nobody watched them, which is fine, it's YouTube. But why would I do that instead of just streaming my own bullshit? Like it's such like a crap roll of the dice. Like who's gonna get super popular? Think I think I have the best like Final Fantasy retrospective on the internet because I've seen all the other ones and they're like all surface level facts. I am popular. That's completely fine. I'm not complaining about it. But I did my fucking research and it did not turn out well.
Way it's up there with it, it's still great, and it's pretty much up to you which one you like better. So this one does contain 10 songs, again, one of which is a completely original piece dedicated to the memory of a boy named Yoshitaka Tagawa that Uematsu had visited recently, and he had just passed after succumbing to the full threat of leukemia, which
I fucking guarantee I will fucking Swedish if you're still here, whoever's still here, I will fucking guarantee not a single goddamn any one of them that talks about Final Fantasy music talks about Uematsu playing a song for a guy that died of leukemia. Correct me if I'm wrong. If there's anybody on the internet that's done that, correct me if I'm wrong. But you know, how many likes did this video get? Oh, look, zero. Zero likes. Again, don't like it if you don't like it if you do. I'm just saying. I put a lot of time and effort into this shit. And nobody likes it. Maybe I'll be like Van Gogh. And after I die, like a fuckload of people will watch this. In that case, sure. But to be fair, like I did this whole project for like the posterity of like research and documentation and shit like that. So I'm completely happy with what I have. Just saying.
Original outing or not, but either way, it's up there with it. It's still great, and it's pretty much up to you which one you like better. So this one does contain 10 songs, again, one of which is a completely original piece dedicated to the memory of a boy named Yoshitaka Tagawa that Uematsu had visited
Yoshitaka Tagawa. Remember the name.
recently, and he had just passed after succumbing to the full threat of leukemia, which I think is a fantastic tribute. The Black Mages, though, never toured properly and performed their own concerts. However, there were special events and concerts for specific promotions, namely the release of some of their albums. The first promotional content was for the release of their debut.
I'm sorry. Everyone kind of like unanimously loves Fallout like the show. In fact, myself, I've gone through it twice. There's always got to be somebody, right? There always has to be somebody to shit on something that is, from like what I've seen on the internet, universally loved. Huge plot fail, Fallout. Sure. Why not? Why not? Shit on it, fair enough.
Debut album and was recorded and distributed on DVD for Square Club members. Similarly, a few special concert events were performed for their second and third albums, and some of the more noticeable outings were appearances at Final Fantasy specific concerts, such as one entitled More Friends, Music from Final Fantasy, which was actually held in Los Angeles.
I am learning as much as anyone here about Final Fantasy. Good for you, Evan Claire.
In May of 2005. Another popular concert was The Voice, music from Final Fantasy, in which they made an appearance in Japan during February 2006. This particular concert was also released on
2006.
DVD. Finally, in July of 2007, they performed a segment for the Hyper Game music event. Sounds pretty awesome. Ending off their sixth.
Tell me you don't want to go to the Hyper Game music event. Of course you do. Of course you do. I want to go there. I didn't even know it existed. Probably until I did my research. I immediately forgot it. Now that I'm watching it back, fuck yeah. Hyper Music Gaming event.
Hour musical, almost like a festival for how long it went on. However, their contributions did not make it to this official album release of that Hyper Gaming music event concert for whatever reasons, probably licensing issues or something like that. Outside of albums and concert appearances, they have made contributions on other projects. First, in 2004, there was a game called Dark Chronicle, and they contributed one track to that. And my favorite.
Oh, my favorite. What's my favorite? I'm sure it's changed. Y'all ever played Dark Chronicle or Dark Chronicle 2? I hear the second one is like far better than the first one. I don't know though. Tell me if I'm wrong. Or Dark Cloud 2. Wait. This one is the second Dark Cloud series? But I know they made a Dark Cloud 2. Did I fuck up on this, or is like the sequel to this Dark Cloud 3? This is some fucking Final Fantasy 4-3 bullshit going on. Like Final Fantasy 4 was actually Final Fantasy 2 and 3 was 6 in the States. And then they completely skipped over 5 and they released 7. What the fuck was that all about? I'm like fairly sure I got really like really butthurt about that in one of these videos. Who cares?
feature of theirs is in Final Fantasy Advent Children, which we've done a video on. It's the Final Fantasy VII
Have we?
movie. The Black Mage's
Have we?
contribution is the
Oh, yeah.
fantastically done One Winged Angel rendition, which I think is one of the best
So
Final Fantasy
good.
songs of all time. Finally, they were featured on the Final Fantasy III soundtrack as the game was released.
Hold on there, Evan Glare. 8-year-old Evan Glare. One Winged Angel. One of the best of all time. Agree, disagree? Anybody in the chat? I kind of disagree with that. Like, I disagree with my past self, and I know a lot of people can like change their musical taste. And I'm not saying One Winged Angel is like a terrible song, of course, but I would not put it as one of the best songs right now. Because we talked about that earlier. But anyway, let's go.
On the DS. And honestly, that's Black Mages in a nutshell. In 2010, the band disbanded. The reason was that they, found it hard to figure out times to work together and rehearse, which is a pretty common downfall of any band. Another reason,
I think I would have rather said that that's a pretty common downfall of any like group, because it's weird, right? Like one of my and it's easiest to call them a band. I don't necessarily think of them like that. I think of them as like a group, but Arion's like one of my favorite bands of all time, but groups of all time, Arion Lucasen. But he grabs people like from all over the metal sphere, and that's why I like it so much. But I think Omatsu kind of did the same thing with the Black Mages, and it just kind of didn't work the way that he wanted it to. And I can understand that, because that's that, man, if you're getting like 7 different people from 7 different bands, yeah, it's a goddamn miracle they made 3 albums.
was that Uematsu at this point had left Square, and the Black Mages were formed under the Squaresoft, which is now the Square Enix company, and they basically
Oh, look at me. I remember Squaresoft, right? That was a big thing. That was a huge fucking thing. Square Enix, Enix, the creators of like Star Ocean, Dragon Warrior, all of that, merged with Squaresoft to become Square Enix, Squeenix, as we all know them. That's a really, really fucking big deal in my life. Being like a pretty big RPG guy. Like, what the fuck? You merged with your number one competitor? I guess it's kind of like Nintendo and Sega. Like, whenever Sega released Sonic the Hedgehog on GameCube, kind of fucking blew my mind, and I didn't really know what to do with myself. I think it was like probably 14 at the time. Who would have ever thought that we would see Sonic Adventure 2 on the GameCube? Fantasy Star Online, which is one of my favorite games of all time, on the GameCube, made by the Sonic team of Sega. Like, if you're fucking Gen Z or Gen Alpha, you don't know how big of a thing that was. I think probably Swedish Wargoat does. Maybe Minibot. I actually don't know how old Minibot is. That was a really, really big thing. Anyway.
banded. It was the best solution to avoid all the copyright and licensing issues, since Uematsu wasn't actually part of that company anymore. But if you've heard the Black Mages, let me know your experience with them and your favorite
Super
songs.
dope.
And if you haven't, I'd highly urge you to go and at least check them out. They're definitely worth a listen to. And I'll leave it there. Next time we got something a little bit weird. But until then, Crystal Warriors, keep on gaming.
So dope. See, like you'll see, this is when I actually cared about anything in life and actually put effort into a bunch of shit. It it did not pay off. And then I watched like Asmongold upload his video with webcam, like webcam audio, and it's awful. And then he gets like 5,000 or 5 million views. Yeah, not great. Anyway, anyway, what are y'all doing? Is anyone even still here? Probably not. You'd be right to know about. So this is 109. I'm actually kind of curious about what I had with 110 because like, oh, it's a wacky thing. Like, can I
Hey guys.
so little behind the scenes on this. Um I did these months together. Like there are two of them. There are two compilation months. Yeah, I wanted to like keep up with YouTube, but still dealing with it. But really bad shit happened in my life. I'm like, okay, just fucking get on your computer and compile this shit. It'll take your mind off of things. Yeah, well, I mean, debatably that worked for about two of these, but I don't know. Like I'd completely be open to doing another one or like all 15 of them. Because I know like myself, I enjoy long form videos. I don't know about anyone else, but I like to put something on in the background like whenever I'm I don't know, playing a game or writing some shit or something. How many views did it get? 53. I don't know. Why would I do that? Again, to get. Oh, God. I'm hiccuping. Like, why would I do that? I guess is the, like the real heart of the problem. And I don't think it's a problem because I did 125 videos of this and nobody watched any of them. So it's not like watch time or viewers. I just I don't know. Anyway, fuck it. What was I on? I was on 109. I was on 110. Like I kind of want to watch it though. I know it's like super fucking cringe to watch your own shit. Worldwide words. Again, I guarantee you nobody's ever heard of this game. Ever. Hold on, what'd you say? Oh, I fucked up. I actually kind of fucked up a little bit. Here we go. Carrying this for noob. Yeah, I mean, you're like, oh, do what you enjoy, right? Like, don't follow the popular game or whatever. Well, I did that, and how many views did this get? 14. I know Swedish. You like put that shit on the background and gave me thumbs up or whatever, which I completely appreciate. Man, I put a lot of time into this. I did. Like I really, really did. I learned like Adobe After Effects and Adobe Premiere Pro and like Paint.net because fuck Photoshop. Like, oh, make good quality content. Make like shit that nobody's ever seen. Make this and that. Make your shit stand out. I kind of did. I kind of did. Not. I mean, I told my girlfriend, and she knows nothing about Final Fantasy. It's like, if you want to become a Final Fantasy expert, watch my 125 video retrospective. There was a weird sound outside. But I don't know, man. I bleep bloop. I'll watch it. Fuck. It's what 5 minute video here. Let's watch. Yeah, let's watch your shit. I don't really care. Okay. I think you know whenever I call something shit, I don't mean that it's bad. I had a really weird exchange whenever I was a grad student, and what was his name? Dr. Musser. He was like kind of a new hire, so he didn't know a lot of people. Um, and he kind of conscripted undergraduates to like clean up his lab, I guess. And then because he had an optics table, right, doing like optics research in the optics table. So we were on the third floor of that, and if you're gonna like get data and like make like incredibly elaborate contraptions, for lack of a better word, he had a table suspended on like hydraulics. So even if like the even if you had like the incredibly slightest earthquake, the fact that the table was on like water, I think that's what happened. I'm not an optics person, which is really weird because I like credit myself as an astronomy person, but I'm like more on the like theory side. I enjoy like math and everything, not necessarily like the experimental side. It's just not for me. Anyway, the point is, he had a bunch of shit on his optics table. It was like, I picked it all up. Like I'm the kind of guy. If you want me to help you with your bags, like going into grocery, or excuse me, whenever you come home, you're like, oh, help me with the bags. Take the bags in. I'm gonna grab every fucking bag I can to the human limit because I don't want to go back out there a second time. Anyway, that was the situation there. It's like, where the fuck do I put this shit? And he thought I was calling his like thousands of dollars of equipment shit, and I wasn't. It's just like my vernacular. So from I don't mind fishing. I'm just fishing for reviews and yeah, yeah. I'm gonna do it right now. Sorry, I got sidetracked. Nobody cares about my stuff, but oh shit! An hour ago is this what we're watching? You've been pretty diligent in your stuff. I'm actually kind of jealous. Not gonna lie. I Whenever I make music, and I'm pretty sure it's kind of like an artist thing. I'll only make music when like the muse for lack of a better word, strikes me. I just can't sit down like you and Velasca and a lot of other people do. I can't just sit down and pump out a tune. And I wish I could. Like, I'm completely envious of you. But is this it? Are we doing the Life Fades Away? I hear birds chirping outside my window and I hate it. I hate it so much. Anyway, I can't really is this kind of like what I need to go through? I I don't want to like waste your time and my time and everything else. So let me know. I'll put on some music while I'm waiting. It's a weird stream. Not gonna lie. It's a weird stream. I found this band. They're called Brother Tiger. So I listened to a bunch of like vaporwave synthwave shit. Obviously, synth mage Evan Glare. But I had liked this song, and then I had liked another. This song is called Tangerine, by the way. I had liked another song called Yesterdays, and I'll play it after this, unless Swedish tells me like this. But oh, okay. Sorry. You're thinking I'm a goddamn moron, but I'm watching you on Restream. I'll show exactly what had happened. Well, maybe not. Here, this is what I'm looking at. Restream like fucked me up. You've probably been talking to me like 20 minutes. This is what I saw. Self promote goat, and then you type all of this other shit. Hey, what's going on, Meanbot? Yeah, I don't want to feel like an asshole. It's happened before. I need to keep up with that. That's in fact why I have the YouTube chat up, which I don't right now, and I missed like 47 of your chats. But here, All Life Fades Away. This is from Swedish Orga, the OG. And we're going to listen to it while I fix my fucking stream. It's going to be amazing. Or not. Don't know. Hey, look. I played 38 seconds of your shit already. Wait. Wait, why did Fear of the Dark pop up from Iron Maiden? Okay, fuck it. I don't care. What's like the distortion effect that you did here? If you're using like Adobe After Effects, what's that distortion, like pixelate or something? Hold on. Okay, hold on. Which part of Swedish history was this in? Oh, I figure he's incredibly plastered, just like I am right now. That's how he found me, because we're both like bonded spirits of getting drunk. Sorry, I keep your shit going. Pretty good. Pretty good. Pretty loud, too. I'm quite sure I've asked you this, but like, what do you use to make your music? Like, for me, I do Fruity Loops, but like, all the music I have up on my channel is from Cord Gadget on the Switch. Loud is good, yeah. Play it loud, right? It used to be Nintendo's slogan until they realized that play it loud was annihilating youthful eardrums. I miss the 90s. Minibot, it's not my type of music either. Swedish Wargo is like incredibly super hard on like the noise to face ratio. I'm not like that either, but I gotta help out a viewer, right? It's not that I hate it. It's not that I hate it. It's just like maybe not my. This one's actually better, better quote unquote, like than a lot of his other music. And I'm not saying your other music shit. It's just like a completely different style. I just I don't want to. I don't like shitting on people's creations because I know how much goes into like the creative endeavor, for lack of a better word. So, you know, if you got something you want me to watch, like I'm probably the best guy to watch it. Other than like pausing a million times. Let's get through it. Okay, I think I'm good now. I think we're operating 100%. Hold on. Did you say what filter you put this through? Weirdly enough, it's like the visual thing for me, not necessarily the music. I kind of want to learn more. Stockholm, yeah, no, yeah. I mean, it's from Sweden, right? We have Stockholm syndrome on the border. It's pretty funny. Tell me the filter, goddammit. Right, that's how it works. That's 100% how it works. You have to be in Stockholm to have that particular condition. It's true, I'm a scientist. So dumb. This sounds like something I could be playing Axiom Verge to. Whenever people like submit music or whatever, I'm like, okay, in my mind, I'm playing a video game. Like, what part of the video game would this be? Like that I remember. And this could be like anything from Axiom Verge. By the way, if you haven't played Axiom Verge, chef's kiss. In noon or yeah. I'm in DFW here. I'm full of the moron. The morons have taken like every dumb name. I have a question. Sorry, I know we're like 15 minutes in. I'll let it play after I do the question. What type of genre do you like think you're in, Swedish Horgot? Like, to me, this sounds, and like with the visuals and everything, it sounds like you're in like the dark wave territory, like Perturbator, Carpenter Brute, something like that. I'm just curious on like what type of, and I'm sure I've asked you this before, but like what type of feeling are you going for with this particular style of music? Change? I've never heard that. By funk. Here, let's I kind of feel that I owe it to Swedish to listen to a little bit more of his shit. Again, shit used in the most shit is used in the most like endearing way. I promise you. It's not shit, it's just my vocabulary, which is shit. We have like a Game Boy type of thing going on here. Oh my god, I need more water. No, don't. The reason I explain myself. Well, fuck. I'll tell the story after this. There's a particular reason why I like to like stop my words. I used to not do that, but there's a reason I do now. Shit. Yeah, it's terrible. Where did you get this? What am I looking at right now? I like it. Oh shit. You know what? I didn't like your last song. We'll come back to it. I feel bad. Okay. Stock like B-roll footage. Fair enough. Hold on. I like it. Probably. Let me tell you, this is probably Swedish Wargoat's like most melodic. Fuck, what would you call it? Like his most melodic God damn it. I can't think of the word right now. I want to say melody, melodic melody. It doesn't make sense, but his most. God damn, what's the word? Fuck, I'll think of it later. It's very good. It's it sounds like a real song. I don't know if that's a good or bad thing, but it actually sounds like an actual song. Swedish, have you ever seen was the Green Girl? I think he got stock footage, pixelated it, and then he began, correct me if I'm wrong, I'm just like trying to analyze it. you began with like that puke green grayscale for Game Boy, it looked like a Game Boy game, is what I'm saying. Tell me if I'm wrong, though. What was your inspiration for making this? Like, what did you think in your mind while you were putting down the notes? Like, okay, this is what I want to go with. Not wrong? Yeah, okay. I love Game Boy. One of my... Here's a question for everyone here. What's your favorite Game Boy, like, theme song? It's very positive. It definitely has like a major kind of tonality to it. Ionian, if you want to like get really deep into like musical theory. It's definitely got this like uplifting vibe though. 100%. Which I love. Pretty good, pretty good. Like it, love it. It's like 3:22. I'm gonna let this play and I'm gonna go ahead and get some like water. Actually, that's a lie. I'm probably gonna get some pink lemonade because I don't know, why not? I'm gonna let this play, and I say this every fucking time. If you've been here, you know I'm like really weird about this, but like Hassan Piker leaves the video playing and he goes and like shits himself. I mean, not, you know what I'm saying. Anyway, I can hear the music. I will comment on it back whenever I get back here. This one, I don't want anyone to be like, oh, he didn't care about the music. He's going to the bathroom. That's completely like not the point. Anyway, I'm going to get some more drink and I'll be right back while listening to this. Oh, Swedish is, I'm pretty sure Swedish is probably as drunk as I am right now. It's our thing. It's our bond. We're like soulmates because of that. Anyway, I'll be right back. Baby. Internal vibes, okay. Did y'all ever have the Game Boy camera? I did. That's what this reminds me of. Like, what resolution was that? Game Boy camera? Yep. Okay. 128 by 128. I mean, good for them. I don't know. Okay. I'll play like a few of my songs. I don't really like to self-promote, but I want to like compare and contrast me, like my I don't know what you call it, tonality or timbre or whatever, versus Swedish War Goats, because he clearly, to me, correct me if I'm wrong. This is like what I'm taking away from it. You're you're kind of teetering on that cusp of like Atari 2600 and Game Boy because of the like sound font that you use. It's a lot, obviously it's like a lot of chip tune kind of stuff. But that's like kind of where I see your music like hanging, is between like Atari and Game Boy. What is that? Oh my god.
Benzedrine.
I think a bug flew into my incredibly precious pink lemonade. Have you ever, what is the again, the only word I can come up with is like the sound font. So we have there's a dude on YouTube that I follow. That is Google search. Well, I should probably like update my shit because I'm not playing Final Fantasy 14 right now. Give me like half a minute or like 15 seconds for just chatting. By the way, if you haven't done it, shameless self-promotion, I do have a YouTube page. And I'm pretty sure that's where Swedish Wargood is typing to me from. Since we're doing music right now. I don't know, man. I've like streamed on there forever, and I'm still under 500 subs. I don't know. I hear people be like, "Oh, they got 40,000 subs in 3 months." How? How? Tell me. Anyway, this is I'm not gonna play it all. I think it's a Gennaro 616 that does a bunch of like pop metal music with the Mario 64 sound font. And the sound font is like kind of exactly what it means. It's like you're given these particular sounds, make a song with it, instead of doing like this big orchestral whatever the fuck it is. Let's listen a little bit. Homemade, really? Hold on. Is it playing? Oh, it's... What? I can't even hear it. What the fuck is happening? Hold on. Okay, I can hear it now. I can hear it now. My volume was like really low. Okay. Alright. Okay. Okay. I'm absorbing it. Sounds like a Final Bowser theme. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not feeling it. Pretty cool. Oh yeah, I was gonna like compare Swedish Wargo's music with mine. And I don't like to promote my own self. And I'm pretty sure like maybe it's just a me thing. But I follow a lot of people like, "Oh my god, I made this super dope track. Please listen to it." I don't know. I just make shit as I make it. And by the way, follow me on SoundCloud. Shameless self-promotion. But I think it's up to other people if they enjoy my shit or not. And I enjoy making it, but I'm not gonna be like, I don't know, like who like really was self-indulgent with their music. I don't know. I don't do that. This one is my original. I do not enjoy how the beginning like, well, begins. I'm like super not a fan of it, but I think the saxophone part is pretty fucking dope. And I just was like, oh, don't like over promote yourself or promote yourself, but everyone's kind of glad of their little baby. I just try not to do it like on a, I don't know, on a regular basis, but it's called Medieval Midnight. Don't know why I picked that name. I'm pretty sure I was playing Shovel Knight at the time. See, for me, I like to know the background behind the music most of the time. And by the way, this is all made in Core Gadget on the Switch. I kind of wanted to push the program, it's not really a game, to its limits to like see if I could actually make a somewhat listenable song, and I'm happy with the outcome. I think restriction breeds creativity. Confirm or deny? I do think it does. So I like loop it around again. It's kind of all my music. Hot take, maybe. Let me put on some music. This might be a hot take. I think we have so many more memorable tunes from that lack of resources, I guess, where you can't, like, how do I describe this? Like in the NES, Mega Man music, Zelda music, you can probably like still hum the Labyrinth theme from Zelda 1. You can probably hum any kind of Mega Man music, but it is very catchy, right? But now, like, we have so much, like, storage on Blu-rays, or, you know, we're going all digital now. People don't really care about the, and I could be wrong. If I'm wrong, like, correct me. I don't think people care about, like, a catchy melody, because they can make something sound incredibly cool because they have basically unlimited funds at their disposal. I know it's not unlimited, but like, you can cover up a shitty song with, like, orchestration. Yeah, and again, tell me I'm wrong. Maybe I am. What is that doing here? Worldwide Word. I was gonna do my Final Fantasy XIV dailies, but I stumbled upon my old videos, so why not? It's my stream, goddammit. Anyway, I think, like, the tipping point between, like, a catchy riff or a catchy melody and, like, over orchestration, like, the sweet point of that, like, the, you know, the cream of the crop, whatever you want to call it. I think that was with Halo. Halo was orchestrated, but not in a way that we see now. Of course, there's probably, like, concessions I can make. I'm just saying, like, orchestration, and then Halo has a really fucking dope theme song, you know?
Welcome back to a year of Final Fantasy, and this is it's going to be a little bit of a short video, but it's a super weird one that kind of came out of left field.
He ain't wrong. He ain't wrong. Evan Glare is not wrong. This is my like, fuck, I don't even remember how old I was when I did this. It's like 5 years old. I was like 32. Completely different life. Anyway.
And this is known as Final Fantasy Worldwide Words, and that is a tongue twister if I've
Yeah.
ever heard one.
How many people have heard of
So
this
you thought
game?
we were done with mobile games. That's your fault. Don't listen to me. We're never done with mobile games, apparently. Anyway, Final Fantasy Worldwide Words came out in September of 2014, only in Japan, on both iOS and Android, and ended its run on March 1st of 2016, which is a shame. And I always say this from a preservation point of view, but let's see what we've been.
Did I really just mention, like, game preservation? I guess I was really into that back then, and a lot of people are very angry about that now. Yeah. It's a game you'd never touch, but, I mean, like I just said, clearly I remember everything. Hey, go to bed? No, I ain't going to bed, dude. I just woke up. What the fuck are you talking about? But yeah, nobody's ever heard of this game. It's like, oh, you know, the full complete retrospective.
Been missing out on. Worldwide Words is a sort of typing game that features different Final Fantasy characters and enemies.
All right,
As
man.
it goes with most of these
Take
mobile
it easy.
releases, this is a sort of I don't know, compilation.
See, this is me still drunk from last night. Probably should go to bed. Fair enough, but I've slept like 6 hours, so.
Of main Final Fantasy characters. Most of the main characters appear here from Final Fantasy 1 to 14, as 15 wasn't out at the time.
But, like, when are you gonna learn about the Final Fantasy
game? Also, we have Zack from
like
and Ace
like
from Type
typing
0.
game?
Interestingly, if you watch my Dissidia video, Ace is also in there. And you know what? He's actually getting a
Nobody
lot more
knows
notoriety,
about
and
this.
he's quote unquote one of the main characters from Type 0, and Type 0 is an amazing underrated game. So I'm okay.
Final
with us
Fantasy
seeing
Type
these
0
different games.
is
Anyway, there's a
super
lot of
fucking
indie games out there
underrated.
that are similar to this game, but the rundown is this. Essentially, there are different worlds or chapters or events or whatever you want to call them that were based on various places in different Final Fantasy games. And you can bring a group of 4 characters in, and basically you're there to kill monsters as quickly as you can, and then level up your characters, get loot, rinse and repeat. The battling in the
Tell me,
series
Evan
sets
Glare.
apart.
Tell
You
me.
may guess, obviously, that it has to do with words and the spellings of them. So how this works is that strings of text will pop up by the enemies, and it's your job to type them out. The quicker
I think this is very similar to a Resident Evil game that they made where I think it came out on Dreamcast, where you have to type in the word as quickly as you can and then you kill the zombie. I'm like 99% sure that was a real game. And this is like clearly aping off of it.
that you do it, the more damage you're going to do. Also, the longer words are the more damaging ones. So if you have, something
Sure.
with 3 characters, the or something like that, it's going to do much less damage than if you have something like ostentatious or I don't know. Whatever.
Typing of the
Strength
dead.
There are spells
That's
and
what it's
abilities you
called.
can acquire, and each character can equip one of those. To use them, you just basically type the name of the ability or spell, and they'll go off. Summons also appear as you might expect, and they actually require the expenditure of what they dub summon points, as well as typing the summon's name to actually summon.
How many
Even
views
more
did
so,
this
you can
get?
boost your character with different word fragments they call decorations, which may give
14.
you various stat boosts and stuff
14.
like that. There's also more ways to deal a little bit more damage. Whenever you're typing, if you type words correct in succession,
14.
you're actually going to start pulling off chain combos, and of course, combos increase your damage as well. Any sort of mistypings, though, will damage your characters. And beyond that, a timer is going to be counting down as you fight, and whenever it reaches 0, the opposing enemies are going to, hit you with an attack. So you want to be
I
as
swear to
quick
God,
as
I'm going to do
possible.
my dailies
And
on
even
Final Fantasy
furthermore,
XIV. I don't even know
occasionally
how
a
I
character
got
will shout something
sidetracked
out
on
as a
this.
sort of bonus attack if you type it in really quickly, and that specific character will actually do that attack. Whenever you're doing regular typing against the enemies, it'll be your entire party that's going to attack. So this gives a little bit more individuality of the players that you bring in, and each character actually has their own special.
Mobile ad. This is not an ad. This is my like super deep research on Final Fantasy that like how hold on, I was going to say 0 people give a fuck about. 14 people give a fuck about. And I guarantee you if you're a Final Fantasy fan, you don't know that this game existed. That's why I made the whole goddamn series.
Special unique things about them. So after you complete a level, you're going to get ranked from D, C, B, A, and then all the way up to S rank being the best. And when
They're using the theater rhythm sprites,
chocobos, you can raise chocobos and they'll go around this ranch and
which is smart. I'm pretty sure this was like a high turnaround game.
Or getting a way to get more treasure chests, I guess. The chests themselves contain
I
various
did not.
abilities
Send it
and
again. I'll
XP,
listen
stuff
to
that
it.
you would expect. Initially, the game was slated to have various timed events that are similar to Final Fantasy XIV. They kind of do seasonal events there, as well as Final Fantasy XV.
God, I hate
But
my
actually,
voice.
the game got canceled before any of that.
I have like
stuff
3
really
people
got
here
off
and
the
2 people on
ground.
YouTube.
I don't know. That's all I can say.
Why
about
are
the
you
game,
here?
Having never played it myself, I suspect this would have been a fun time killer, if anything. But you know what? We're actually probably never going to play it, so it doesn't matter one way or the other. And anyway, if
I even acknowledge it like I've never played the game. I'm just telling you what the game is. I'll never play it. Sounds fun. Who cares? You know this game right now. Monkey. Okay.
had experience with this game, let me know, because I'm actually really kind of curious on it. It's just a super obscure game. But otherwise, until next time, Crystal Warriors, keep on gaming.
Here, question. Here, I got a question. Here's a pop quiz.
Obscure game. But otherwise,
what summon is that? What summon is that? And I'll listen to Monkey Balls. Son, you need to redeem your points. That's the whole fucking point of like redeeming for a song or sound clip or whatever. Right? Never played much Final Fantasy sad times. I dedicated a year and a half to. This is a humble brag. I dedicated a year and a half to making the most comprehensive Final Fantasy retrospective on the internet, and despite it being 5 years old, I actually still believe it is probably one of the most comprehensive like retrospectives. Like who the fuck puts in worldwide words from a fucking mobile Final Fantasy game? I was very thorough in my research. Didn't know you had that reading. Okay, okay. But okay, I'm gonna play your song, but do y'all know like what summon this is? It's kind of an obscure one. Tiny bit. Here, and I will play the redemption of the song while we're waiting. Oh, I don't even have Discord up. Sorry. Monkey. Oh, Jesus, monkey balls. What is this? Drift away? 3 minutes. What is this from? Hold on. It's actually not bad. It kind of has an Arion feel a little bit. Hey, what's going on right now? A little bit of an Arion vibe. I dig it. There's the guitar solo. If you know me, you know what I'm going to say. If you know me, you know what I'm going to say. It's a little bit synth-wavy, a little bit. Fuck the guitar, put in a like an alto or soprano sax solo. I think every music is elevated by saxophone, but like I'm clearly super biased about that. Good song though. Like a dream, reality's gone, or so it seems. Oh hell yeah. Rising up through clouds, I'm soaring now. Breathing deep as time just how did you make it? I'm actually curious. Man, we got a bunch of like musicians in here. It's super dope. Swedish, Sun. Gotcha. AI, okay. Suno? Suno is, I'm guessing, what you made it with? Oh shit, is there another one? Please do elaborate. I had no idea. Dude, I've never heard of it. Does it cost money? I have an interesting song that addresses this. It's very good, especially for AI. AI is getting really, really terrifying. AI is getting incredibly terrifying. Oh my god. I'm sorry. I'm listening to it on Discord, and y'all didn't even hear like the entire song because I don't have. Fuck me. Here I'll go back like halfway. I just noticed that I have Discord on another, like on another audio channel. Y'all should have told me that. Yeah, Swedish going buy beer. Fair enough. Was it really? Oh. Okay. Yeah, it was. You're right. I had it on desktop audio. I thought I had muted that. Okay. Anyway, all right. Thank you for telling me. Um yeah, if you want to see like what my audio is like, what I'm doing with this is I have alert box. I have a desktop audio which like everything feeds into, like every program, which ideally I don't want because I have like every individual program here. Uh the audio feeds into this so it can like adjust it. Giggly balls. Giggly balls. You like put the do you like put the scrotum in the mouth and like gargle it? Welcome to the channel, by the way. It's so fucking stupid. All right. I'm I'm sorry. I have Brown Diddley in here. I have Giggly Balls. I have Poussey. Who isn't like weirdly enough a troll person? Like they've been coming in here for 2 years off and on. Like it's actually their name. And now I have Giggly Balls. Man, I'm like fucking Ash Ketchum. I'm I'm getting them all. I'm getting all the weird double entendre the double entendre usernames, and I love it. So dumb. I love it. I appreciate you following. I really do. Of course you are. Of course you are. What the fuck? Why did you change names on me? God damn it. What is this summon? I know what it is. I'm trying to interact with chat. What is this summon?
Just a Warriors keep on gaming.
Look at that. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed, subscribe. Help us grow. You know, I used to have a Patreon. No, it's not Siren. Actually, not Siren. I'm letting the turtles out. Release the turtles. You know, I actually had merch for this store. And look, I put my Patreon supporters up there. Like with the little icons that they have. Man, I went like fucking all out on my YouTube channel. It just didn't take off for one reason or another. Like I put so much time and effort. It and then I'll post a video shitting on Gerard the completionist and it'll get like 10,000 views. YouTube is so like antithetical on like effort versus viewer ratio. It's just like a goddamn coin toss. It's so wild. Man, I know I'm like being super overindulgent, but I worked very hard on this. It just I don't know. I don't know. Didn't take off. Like how hard do you have to work? Like what is the trade-off? Like what's the cost benefit or not of like putting so much effort into editing. Like when do you stop doing that? You know? Oh yeah, Swedish is gone. So dumb. Um God, I love Final Fantasy. What else is on YouTube? Again, did I change my theme? I didn't actually. We're just chatting. I do need to do my dailies though. So, but this is pretty fun. It's like watching random videos and shit. Why the era of cheap streaming is over? Maybe. And again, like I don't want to feel like I'm complaining or doing like trauma dumps or whatever. I actually think it's incredibly hilarious. My like time invested versus return. Of course it would be like what it is. Oh, what do we want to watch? The Hydra game. Asmon's a look.
creation, and that is why I decided to film this video.
Hold on.
That Twitter and the greater internet has
Look, that's Asmon. People are like, oh, you're a knockoff Asmongold. Fuck it, I'll take it. I'll take it. Give me the knockoff money for being Asmongold. I'm actually like not going bald like it. Not that that matters one way or the other, but I have been called that. You know, I've been called much, much worse.
come to at the fact that it's all real. I remember Emmy was gonna come over and clean up one of the rooms
I'm
in
okay
my
with
house
that.
as like a stream thing. And I told her, I said, you don't really know me that well, but every bad story you've ever heard is true. And then the stream never happened.
Due to videos date back to
I don't know how like familiar y'all are with Asmon. He lives 3 hours south of me in Austin, Texas. I don't. That may be an overstatement. Probably like 4 hours. He doesn't give a fuck. I used to give a fuck, but I don't anymore. And it's like, okay, if you enjoy my shit, fantastic. If you don't, that's completely fine too. I don't enjoy my shit, but I have to live with myself in my brain. So I'm gonna do something that like maybe I kind of enjoy because I have to live with it. But he's right. Like I don't luckily enough, I really don't get very many trolls in here. I think I've gotten like two, and one of them was like calling me gay. And then I said back to him, like, what the fuck? Like, are we gonna fucking hook up? Do you have a date? Like, do you have a date, time, and place? You want my dick in your ass? And then they completely left. Like, I just play into it because I don't really give a fuck. And then I believe the other one, they were calling me autistic, which I fuck, I don't know, maybe very well I might be. I don't think I am, but it's internet for you. My ass and your dick. Yeah. Um, I think that's the only two like really bad like maliciously intent trolls that I've ever had because obviously I get that weird Final Fantasy bot thing like every night. Anyway, I'm very like kindred spirit with Asmongold on this. Like I really I just could not give a fuck if you like me or not. I'm here. I'm portraying myself. I know a lot of people like, oh, you know, you have the person you are online, and then you have the person you are like to yourself. I'm kind of, I'm not putting on an air. This is what I am in real life, so I don't know. Take it or leave it. Anyway,
to
let's listen.
2008. The very first video is called The Rat, where Asman is, well, catching the rat. The other old school videos depict Asman with close
I
friends
used to break things over my head regularly in order to practice.
having fun, and of course World of Warcraft videos.
Yep.
However,
Sure.
how did he go from there to becoming one of the most popular streamers
Yeah,
in the
how?
entire world?
Give me that
Dude
secret
was a real
sauce.
hardcore fan of World of Warcraft and one of the first to make guides. So
Yep.
his YouTube videos about WoW started to become
Well, a lot of people made guides, but the problem is that most of the people that made guides were fucking stupid and they were bad at the game.
Sure.
So whenever I
He's actually right. I would never like. I would love to become a Final Fantasy 14 like centric channel, and I could do it actually. I have my other channel that has like 1,000 subs and monetized, but I left it behind whenever I got divorced. I'm just not that good, you know. Like I have this constant air of failure around me, like. And I'm not looking for sympathy. I'm just like stating a fact. I would never make a guide. Like if I was ever going to become, let's say, a Final Fantasy 14 streamer or something, which I never would because I just play the games I enjoy. And like right now, I'm in this Final Fantasy kick. I'd never do that because I'm sure I would be terrible at it. I'd be like, hey, let's go through the Final Fantasy XIV soundtrack and listen to it, and I'll give my thoughts on it. That's pretty much like any Final Fantasy content I would ever make. Because, again, we talked about it earlier. You have the entirety of the entire planet. It's a redundancy, but you have the entire planet, like, online. And then you're making a video, like, explaining shit. And I'm sure like everyone gets like, I know, I'm not sure, I know, I've seen it. Somebody will get like an incredibly wrong, like tiny fact wrong, and there'll be like 478 people commenting on it. That's pretty much exactly what I was talking about earlier though, is like there's no way to like compete with the brain of the internet having so many people know like there are some really intense people that know like lore and shit, and they will be the first people to tell you how wrong you are. It's like how could you ever know that much information, you know? Anyway, let's go. Sorry.
made
I'll
guides,
shut the fuck
and
up.
I was like one of the best players in the game. I had all the achievement points. I knew more about the game than everybody else put together. I could make the best guides because I was the best player.
See, I don't,
That's how it is.
and I believe him. Like I actually do believe him. I've never been that good at a game. The only one that I'm like even remotely that good at is Super Metroid. But even then, I'm doing a speed run route from like 10 years ago. You know, like I've just never been that knowledgeable about anything. And yeah, I'd the reason I enjoy Red Mages, Jack of all trades, Master of none, is like kind of how I approach my life. I like doing shit. I'm like competent at things, but I'm not like the best at anything. Anyway.
popular. However, I think that his success wasn't only due to his professionalism in the
It's just
game,
that
but
simple.
also due to him having a talent for storytelling. He is a very talented speaker. He can talk about the games for hours and be of interest to people who have never
Sure.
even played this particular game. This is proved by millions of views on his video series called The True Story of
Yeah, why you?
I've watched those and I kind of took inspiration from those. I don't like dead air. As you know, people are probably like, unpause the fucking video and let it play. I get it, but we're doing a reaction. So like if you want to watch the video on your own time, I'll have a link I guess. But that's kind of what I do. I approach this shit like how I interpret everything. And like I'm pretty sure it's not like the right way. But I like talking with people about, X particular subject. So I get it.
Not like the true sarcasm. I love that. That's something that you get better at doing over time.
Yep.
Like if
It's
you
a
go back
muscle.
and you watch my
It's a
videos from
muscle.
whenever I was like 12, they're really not very good. If you go back and you watch my videos from whenever I was like 15 or 18, not very good. And then over time, I got better
You're
at
not
doing
wrong.
videos. So like, I don't want anybody to think that I like spawned in and I was good at talking on camera immediately.
Yep.
Like
Of course. Like, why are you even explaining that? The more you do something, the better you get at doing it. Right? Like that's the most basic rule of like human life, you know.
started doing it whenever I was like, I did it as soon as I could. I think I started recording and making content with like a camera, like a video camera, like not a big one, but like the small one in like 1998, maybe 1999.
Yep.
And then I was like 8 or 9 years old at the time. And then I got a video camera at like 10 or 11. And then I started recording all the time. And I was uploading onto the internet at like 14 years old
Sure.
in 2004.
Sure.
Gold. Under these videos you can read lots of comments of people saying they loved the video, yet have never played World of Warcraft themselves. That is
That's the
exactly
best
the thing
thing,
which
you
brought
know?
success to his streams. He was playing WoW, but talking about everything: politics, real life, difficulties people face, jokes, and internet drama. So despite being a World of Warcraft streamer, he always has been talking about something else too, thus turning his stream into a talk show with him being the one and only host. When watching his streams and videos, I started to notice that he is never silent. So he's...
Yeah, that definitely is true. And I was...
That's the way to be. It's how I try to be. I know most of the shit that comes out of my mouth is like complete, like incomprehensible fucking garbage. But I like talking with people. That's why I stream. Like, why would I stream if I don't like talking with people? I'll go and pull up a YouTube Let's Play and just watch that. Like, and whatever streamer I enjoy watching, like I watch it for the stream. I don't really give a fuck about like what game they're playing. It's just like the personality that you don't get with like a single player game. It's like, if you were like younger and you're like, oh, watch me play this game. Nobody wants to fucking watch that. But like Twitch actually kind of does. Yeah, why would you watch that? I popped in on streamers that had like 0 views, so said hello and then just silence. Yeah, I've done it too. It like I would ideally enjoy having, it'll never happen. But I'm just saying like 1,000 viewers. Maybe not even that many. Maybe like 500 to 600 viewers. Because I've gone in incredibly large streams and you can't even chat. The chat window is just going like that. Like nobody can read anything. I don't want that. Obviously I want more people in here. But I don't want too many people in here to where you're just putting on a show and people are talking amongst themselves. That's not why I got into streaming. I mean, talk about the game, your thoughts, talk about talk with your audience should be standard. And if you're on it, yeah. I mean, again, if you're a small streamer and do that, because I've done it before. I try to go and visit small streamers maybe like once a day. And a lot of them just don't talk back. And it's wild to me. That shit is so fucking wild to me. Like, why are you even streaming? Like, what's the end goal of it? You know? Anyway. Yeah, like, I like talking with people. I mean, I like... People talk about, like, parasocial relationships on Twitch where, like, these simps will donate to, like, Amaranth's titties for, like, $10,000. And it's like they call it a parasocial relationship. Like, effectively, it's like a one-way relationship. I kind of have that, but it's the opposite way. Because, like, if I'm gonna fucking, like, you know, no trauma dumping or whatever, but if... I guess the best way of saying it, if, like, whenever I spiral late at night because of divorce and shit, you know, and it's 5 years ago, I'm clearly still not over it. Like, that's why I stream, to, like, get my mind off of shit. And it's so weird that you can go into another stream and there are really cool people out there. There really are. There's a lot of very cool people, but like a lot of them don't pay attention to chat, and it's not like indicated in their title. So you go in there, you say hi, nobody's doing anything. It's like, oh, okay. And then those people complain that they're not getting a lot of viewers. So, you know. Whatever, let's watch.
Wasn't really the one and only host. I mean, like, having McConnell on all the time.
Still running away in my chat.
Like, whenever we would stream in, like, WAD and, like, when we'd stream PUBG, like, McConnell, like, I feel like made a lot of my streams. Like, he absolutely did.
That's
like,
interesting.
Even, for example, like, the Sunken Temple stream that we did, like, last week, I feel like that was really good because of McConnell. And I think, like, it's not, obviously McConnell's, like, probably, like, the most popular one, right? Everybody knows, but, like, S-Fan and, like, other guys that I play with, too.
I don't
feel like that...
I don't really know a lot of big streamers. I know XQC is probably one of the dumbest motherfuckers on the planet. Because he got popular with Overwatch, and then he stopped playing Overwatch, but he retained that audience, and, you know... I'm not saying I'm better at Overwatch than XQC, but like he quit that and then started doing variety streams and shit like I do. But he already had that like installed fan base, and I'm not like making excuses or whatever. It's just like a matter of fact of the situation. But the dude is a goddamn moron. Correct me if I'm like, maybe I'm not seeing something. But I think XQC is a goddamn moron. Because he never got a good education. Like, I'm fairly certain he never went to college. And, you know, if you don't do that, that's fine. But, like, I enjoy people that learn on their free time. I know this is, like, incredibly cringy, but I'll... Like, every night, maybe after I go off stream, I'll open up my calculus book and do a calculus problem. Or my, like, Feynman physics stuff, and I'll do a physics problem. Because I don't want to lose that. But XQC... And I can say the same thing about Pokimane. Pokimane's a really interesting one. Because... You know, and if anyone here, I have what, like 4 viewers here, 1 viewer on YouTube. Oh my gosh. Oh yeah, look at me rising up in the streaming world. Imagine that. If anyone can tell me why Pokimane is as popular as she is, I'd love to hear it. Because I've watched hours of her stuff, and like, I don't want to shit on her, because I don't like shitting on people, but she kind of shits on her audience, like, a lot. So I kind of don't care. Like, why, Why is she so popular? To the stars. Like, why is Pokemon so popular? I actually want to know. It's not me, like, being a facetious shithead. I legitimately don't know why she is popular. And the only thing I can think of is, like, she's a Kardashian. She's popular because she's popular. Like she's popular because people said that she was popular. Because, don't get me wrong, she's a cute girl. Nobody's, like, denying that fact. But, there's a lot, in my personal opinion, a lot hotter girls out there. I think she's incredibly cute, but, I mean, that alone wouldn't elevate her to the status that she is. And people are like, oh, she played League of Legends. And I've seen her League of Legends play, and I mean, there's, you know, she's not part of any, like, esports team or anything. She doesn't play at a high level, which is fine. I wouldn't either. But it can't be because of that. And then she does reaction content, and she just sits back, like, eating popcorn. She's not a good reactor. Not saying I am. But those are, like, the three, like, criteria. And I don't know. Like, I legitimately don't know why she's that popular. Other than her being one of the first female streamers that got a little bit of an audience, and then she blew up. I've heard people say that she hangs out with, like, a bunch of big YouTubers and a bunch of big, like, social influencers and shit like that. And they're like, oh, she's riding their coattails. I don't know if that's true. I don't want to make that claim about that. But were I a betting man, I'd probably bet on that. She sold 4 8-ounce packages of tiny cookies for $30. And then she berated her audience for not being wealthy enough to buy them. What the fuck? Please tell me, like, what I'm missing about Pokemon. Anyway, let's keep watching. Sorry, that was like a 10-minute rant, but it wasn't even a rant, though. Like, I'm genuinely curious why she's so popular. But
that can really kind of
maybe I'm a
be
misogynist.
content.
I never thought I was, but maybe I am.
On every action he's performing in the game, and he's doing it.
This was
constantly,
crazy, by the way. This was crazy. Why couldn't they get out of the red thing? It was so easy. Like, just get out of the red cosmic smash. Just don't stand in it. It's making me mad just looking at it.
Never silent. It doesn't look like a big deal when you are just watching the streams or videos. However, I as a content creator know how hard it could be. Despite that, the dude is doing it for hours and hours without stopping.
It used to actually hurt my throat a lot to talk all the time. And I actually wouldn't talk to almost anyone at all off stream. And I remember, like, I would have like a...
He's not wrong about that. I'd been teaching labs, like astronomy labs and shit like that, like undergraduate stuff, since 2006. And I kind of take the same approach of, like, public speaking. Like, if you don't like me, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. This is how I talk. I ain't gonna change it. You're just gonna have to fucking bear with it or drop the class. But I feel like I'm pretty personable with students. But I think I've built up that, like, vocal cord rigor, muscle memory. I don't really know what you would call it, but he's right. I don't really have that problem, though, because of my public speaking and shit like that. You're like, oh my god, this guy public speaks. How the fuck did he ever do that? But I mean, it, you know, teaching lectures and shit. I assume it like strengthens your vocal cords. Anyway, I'll shut the fuck up.
Girlfriend that would want to call me, and I'm like, I can't talk. I'm on cooldown, and she would just be fucking like I had a girlfriend like, and in like the same like inside of like my phone messages, like I love you and I hate you would be in the same frame.
Fuck that. I ain't doing that shit.
Yeah.
And I would say that there are not many streamers that are on the same level as him. So this thing most certainly makes
That's one
him
of the things that I really respect and like about a lot of the new guys like Jinxie and Queso and Kai, is that they focus primarily on being entertaining and bringing value to the stream and making people have
entertaining.
A good time.
Look at me.
Because whenever I first started streaming, one of the reasons why I like grew
so
a lot more
dumb.
than other WoW content creators is because other WoW content creators thought that the content was the game, and I realized very early on that like this is just really not the game is boring. Like what the fuck, people aren't gonna watch this.
I fucking said this in my sister's stream. Again, correct me if I'm wrong. It's why I watch other people. I could give 10 shits less. That was a terrible way of starting that sentence. I could not give a fuck about what game a person's streaming. Like Smoky Raw Sauce. He loves fucking what is it, the Dark Forest or something. I'll go in there because I like talking to him. I do not give a flying fuck about the game. But I enjoy the streamer. And me and Smokey have like we're pretty good internet friends. Have been for like 7 years now. I could not give a flying fuck about what he's streaming though. And I'm sure most of y'all, if you come back in here and I'm playing Final Fantasy XIV, you don't give a shit about that. Like, that's not lost on me. You know. That is completely not lost on me. But people say like, if you want to become a big streamer, stream the shit that you like, even though like it's not the hot popular thing. And I would say that's true, especially like with super popular games, because if you're a small streamer and you're streaming a like super popular game, all the big streamers are streaming that, and you're like, oh my god, there's like 714 million people watching. Yeah, well, like 95% of that is them watching the big streamer that they enjoy. It's not like about the game at all.
This, and so like I tried to actually like entertain.
Again,
people
correct
by
me if
being
I'm
funny
wrong.
And telling jokes. And,
Swedish, you
all
got a
that
job.
stuff.
You got a job.
So
You got a job.
Not
I'm not even streaming Final Fantasy XIV right now. Swedish, I'm not paying you nothing to do my mod work for me. You're not getting those fat nothing checks for nothing.
Well, like you might not like what they're doing, but I really respect somebody who tries to put on a great show. Like they're not just sitting there and clocking in and playing video games.
I think I do exactly what he's talking about. I just don't know how to get followers. Maybe I'm just shitty SEO, like search engine optimization. Maybe I'm just like not interesting to talk about. And again, that's not like fishing for compliments. I'm trying to figure out, because I've been doing this. Actually, I've been doing this about since 2015, but then, I wiped away the other channel and I came to this channel, like my main, because I had another like brand channel, the Crystarium Network. So I've been doing this like quite a bit. And I know a lot of shit about a lot of shit, but nobody seems to care, again, which is fine. I'm really just trying to figure out like how like what I can do to get more people in here, because normally if people are in here, they'll either immediately click off, which I've noted that I've done it. But when somebody actually like interacts, I have a pretty like big what is it called, like recidivism rate. Like a person will come back again and again. But I guess I don't know how to like cast that incredibly wide net to get people in here. And I think a lot of it, alt tab, yeah. I think a lot of it is like based on luck. I've heard that from a bunch of big streamers. Like right place, right time. I randomly played Soul Calibur 6. A tournament got done. They rated me at like 500-600 people. I forget exactly. Right place, right time. And I made a few pretty good friends from that. I mean, like clear, like 99% of people didn't stick around, but I made a few good friends from that. So like you never know what's gonna happen whenever you stream. Anyway, I'm gonna shut the fuck up.
I think that is the most boring type of stream ever.
Yep.
Oh, I'm gonna turn on my stream and play video games.
It's stupid.
Wow.
It's dumb.
Why would anybody want to see that?
It's dumb.
Successful. Despite living
He's right.
and sometimes looking like
That's exactly what I think.
Asmongold's life is what lots of people envy. Most of Asmongold's viewers are grown-up men in their 20s and 30s,
Sure.
and most of them have responsibilities, families, full-time jobs, and credits to pay for. Despite most people preferring to have a mortgage, a nice house and a car, all of them remember their childhood, the time when they didn't have to worry about going to work or having any responsibilities, the time when the most important thing they had in their life was World of Warcraft raid bosses and mounts to farm. So now people live viciously through Asmongold as they wish.
I mean, vicariously, and he's right.
Vicious.
A lot of people.
He said viciously. Do you ever fuck up on your language? Swedish? I'm assuming like English is your second language. I don't really know how it works over there. Y'all, what I do know is y'all need to stop using commas as periods for like decimal numbers. I taught some Swedish people. I guess they were like brother and sister. They came into university mechanics. Like at the time we called it like physics 241, and I was like the lab coordinator. And then you have to grade people's labs and shit like that. And then two people were like 2 comma o, or no, excuse me, they were like 2 period 06 comma like 000 or whatever to that effect. I forget exactly. I'm like, what the fuck is this number? Like, what are you doing? Like, and I had to ask him. I was like, what the fuck are you doing? Like, why are you putting a comma where a period needs to be, and you're putting a period where a comma needs to be? They're like, what? That's how you do it. And I'm like, what the fuck are you talking about? Apparently, y'all do it completely different over there in the EU.
Like that a lot with my stream. It's like my stream is like a time capsule in a way.
Yeah, my stream's the time capsule of like what not to do. In France, the full stop was already used in printing, making Roman numerals more readable, so the comma was chosen, but no matter what the USA is always doing everything wrong. Yeah, oh, I agree. And actually, I've asked a bunch of like teachers and professors and shit about that over my years. Apparently, like in the, I want to say it's the 60s. It could have been the early 70s. Again, correct me if I'm wrong, but we tried. I think whenever Jimmy Carter was president, I think it was late 60s. Let me look it up. But he did a really, really big push. Jimmy Carter is still alive. I know his wife died. I thought he died like right after his wife. That motherfucker is still alive. He was born October 1st, 2024. He's 99 years old. Holy shit. I thought he died like 4 years ago. Anyway, Jimmy Carter, I'm pretty sure it was Carter, like did a big push for the metric system. It just didn't take. Yeah, no, yeah, we are wrong. 100%, man. I'm a science dude. I use meters, centimeters, um, kilometers, grams, kilograms. Like the sun off the top of my head's like 1.99 times, uh, what is it, like 2 to the 30 kilograms? Oh, I know all that shit. Oh, was it? I actually didn't know that Celsius was naturally as sweet. I actually had problems with the Celsius system. Not as many with the Fahrenheit. I mean, the Fahrenheit system is. I don't even know what the Fahrenheit system is based on. Like, I actually have no idea. Like, for as much science and shit that I know, I have no idea who the fuck came up with that. It's the dumbest shit in the world. I like the Kelvin system, right? Kelvin absolute zero, because that's what we use in astronomy. That's what I know, but oh my god, I have to remember like three fucking different temperatures. Why? Why do I have to remember that? Like room temperature for Kelvin is like 273.15 degrees. That's the thing that I know. Well, Celsius is based off it's not as perfect as you would think. Celsius is based off of the boiling point of water, the boiling and freezing point of water. And the boiling and freezing point of water varies with your altitude. Like if you ever go up in the mountains and you like want to cook a box of like mac and cheese, you're like, oh, if you're at high altitude, you need to cook it like 3 minutes more or something. It's not as like infallible as you think. Naturally, I know that. Yeah, I again, I'm not like advocating for the Fahrenheit system. I'm advocating for the Kelvin system because absolute zero is absolute zero. I don't know why we would ever use any other metric than that. It's stupid to me. But you know, Celsius, whatever. Fuck it. Who cares? Let's watch.
Because I'll be honest, the world has changed and I've stayed the same.
Me too.
I'm still the same as I've always been.
Me too.
And, you know, I think people can come back and, you know, you look at my streams from 8 years ago and, like, yes, I'm different, but I'm also not that different.
Me too.
Could say that.
We literally just watched streams from 2017 of me, and I was like agreeing with myself. I ain't that different. It's probably why my wife divorced me. And she was right to do so.
Around and play WoW all day and get paid for it. That is the way for people to escape their formal, serious and responsible lives. They look at a dude who is just playing games, eating junk food and having fun, similarly to what they did when they were young and happy. Despite becoming popular because of World of Warcraft, Asmongold went away from it. He learned how to farm views with reaction content, so he's reacting to everything. I remember the time when the legal dispute between Johnny Depp and Amber Heard was the thing. Man, Asmongold farmed this drama with numerous videos.
It was crazy.
He's not wrong. Like, I've been watching that literally on the time that I'm not on stream. Amber Heard's turd. Could you imagine Amber Heard squatting over Johnny Depp's pillow and fucking pinching out an entire piece of shit? I think Johnny Depp called it a grumpy, which I think that should be the new term for a piece of shit. I like that term. But oh my god, that shit is so wild.
How hard we farmed this.
It's so fucking fucked up.
Like, this is, I have never farmed anything harder than this.
He's not wrong.
This is the current record.
Not wrong.
On this thing. And it's the same for every other drama on the internet. He is there to film it and react.
I know, I actually, this is going to sound like borderline psychopathic, but I actually get really sad whenever drama happens that involves me or involves people around me that I can't talk about. And I'll even get jealous of other content creators that get to farm my drama. Like, I'll like watch Destiny and I'll see Destiny farming my drama, and I'll be like, "You motherfucker, I want to do this.
That's pretty funny.
I can't do this, but you can fuck." I'll be so mad.
That's pretty funny.
I'm so jealous.
He's making 30 minutes long videos.
So toxic.
I think it was like tertiarily involved with a small YouTuber drama, and I'm gonna be honest, I don't even remember the name. But I had this guy that was like a pretty good friend, and we would always like support each other on YouTube. And then there was this other guy that, I don't know, wanted to start shit or something. I really don't remember. But I kind of got drug into that, and it's the dumbest shit. Like, YouTube dramas, it's the fucking, like, worst, I don't know, bedrock type of shit. Like, bedrock and the fact that you can't go any lower. It's so fucking stupid.
Reacting
Yes.
to 5-minute original videos. By doing it, he is not only helping himself making money from YouTube ads, but is also supporting some small content creators by watching their content and thus promoting it. I think that there are several reasons why people like watching Asmongold reactions to other people's videos. The first one is very obvious. People like to feel as if they are watching this content with a friend who is there to share a thought or two
100%.
about the content.
100%.
Another thing which I find very interesting about Asmongold's reaction videos is that he is very rational, and that is why a lot of men like him. On the one hand, he
What he's saying is like, he eats primarily fast food. He's like, okay, I'm gonna go to Wendy's, McDonald's, whatever. I mean, me too. The thing is like, oh, McDonald's is so gross, it's so bad for you. Oh my god. Like, I've had people tell me that. It's like, oh my god, this is a fucking revelation that I've never experienced before in my life. McDonald's is bad for you and it has shitty food. Holy shit, let's stop the presses because we need to talk about that. No. I know exactly what I'm getting whenever I go to McDonald's. And I know exactly how shitty it is. But I want McDonald's. Like, these weird people, like white knighting or gatekeeping, or I don't even know what you'd call them. Like, oh, McDonald's is so bad for you. Make a burger at home if you want. No, I want fucking McDonald's. Shut the fuck up. I'm gonna get it. Oh, but it's so bad. It's gonna clog your arteries. Yeah, I know. It's not a big deal. Jesus fucking Christ.
doesn't behave like
That's why, you know, again, emphasis on the men part. There are no girls that watch this stream, basically. This is a male space.
Yeah.
It is crazy how deep the dynamic is.
Yep.
Like a crazy fucking percentage.
I actually kind of want to know my percentage on
He
YouTube.
is not a woke feminist and is not supporting ultra-left people. He is reasonable and doesn't go to the extremes, thus very appealing.
I would say that's a false. He's saying is reasonable. The reason I watch Asmongold is much of the same reason why I watch myself, because if I have a weird take or a hot take or something on whatever that like goes against a public narrative, I feel compelled to explain myself. I guess it's like a scientific trait or something, right? Like, if you're going to say something, you need to back it up with data, or at least back it up with like your idea of what's going to happen. It's like the hypothesis of it all. And believe me, I learned that the hard way. So if it feels like I'm overindulging on words, or like I'm over explaining myself, yeah, that's for a reason. But I like to give people the comfort of, like, not comfort, but whenever I say something, I want to give people the reasons and examples of why I say it. Right? Like, I'm just not going to say, oh, woke shit is bad or good or whatever. I'm going to give you, like, reasons why I take the stance that I take.
To the man from 20 to 30 years of age. Finally,
well, I think also another reason is that like if I talk about something in politics or something like that,
Yep.
I'll usually have a perspective that I at least try to reason out. So people might disagree with what my conclusion is, but usually people don't disagree with what my argumentation or how I got to the conclusion.
I did not watch this video beforehand, by the way. He literally is just saying exactly what I said.
And so that definitely happens a lot. And I have people shit on me for that all the time. But at the end of the day, I mean, I think I try to, like with the videos, what I try to do the most of is I try to be as fair as I can be and as authentic as I can be.
Sure.
And that gets me into a lot of trouble. Like, I'll say something that a lot of people won't like to hear. And yeah, they'll get really mad. But at the end of the day, if you're watching my stream, you're going to get my opinion. And that's
why people watch other people's streams.
To be something that's good or bad.
Yep.
Go off actual information. Yeah, like the reason why is that like I'm not a very emotional person, really. And so whenever something happens, like I usually don't, this is going to sound bad, but like I usually don't really give a fuck about it a lot, right? Like I don't really have like a personal emotional investment into it. So I can look at it from an outsider's perspective and I can not really like have a vested interest in the outcome of a conversation.
It's called playing the devil's advocate is what he's going for here. I can probably see why a lot of people call me like dollar store Asmongold. Like I definitely see that like in this video.
Conversation. You're a sociopath? Well, I mean, I don't know if I am or not, right? I mean, I if somebody wants to call me that, that's fine. If not, it's not. It doesn't matter to me.
Sure.
But my point is that I'm able to disconnect myself from things and look at it from at least a pretty unbiased perspective. I mean,
he understands these.
You would want to do that.
He's telling things that we all like and agree on. He understands the struggle of life. He's not delusional and is not telling people that they should live like he is living. He understands that most of his viewers have a 9 to 5 and a family to feed. So he's talking about very relatable things such as high prices in the McDonald's and Wendy's and how the gas is expensive. He's humble man, talking about humble man. Important to
he's humble
viewers,
man.
and that is why they.
It's one of the reasons why I don't really change a lot of things in my life is that I think that once you start living like a rich person, you won't really be able to understand the experiences of a person who's not in that position. And
that's actually why I started watching Asmon, because he's like a multi-millionaire. He fucking lives in his parents' home in the attic. And he doesn't change anything. I'd like to think if I won the lottery, you know, you're gonna buy like the best computer. I'd probably buy like a Yanagasawa saxophone or something. But other than that, like I wouldn't like live in a fucking mansion or something. I don't give a fuck about that. I really don't. Like about the money or whatever. Yeah, that's kind of why I started watching him, because he kind of lives like me, not gonna lie.
Also, like, you don't have to be rich to know that, like, you know, like I'm good at remembering numbers, right? And so like I'll think about like what the average salary is somewhere.
Sure.
And then I'll know like what the poverty line is. And then I'll get my property taxes and it'll be $10,000. And I'll think to myself, oh my God, how could any normal person afford this?
Yep. Is that wrong?
Like, it's actually crazy to me that, like, whenever because like the way that I live is, you know, I live kind of like an animal, you know, absolutely. But there's other things that I actually think that I wish other people would do too. Like, you don't need to buy a new phone every year. You don't need to buy new clothes all the time.
Yep.
You don't need to buy a new car all the time. These things don't really matter. Having an expensive house.
My ideal way, or like what I want a car for is will it get me from point A to point B? That's literally the only like criteria I have for a car. I just I can't be bothered to give a fuck.
Designer clothes, like these don't matter, right? And I think that's that's a good thing to promote, and I wish
Yep.
that more people did that. I think there's a lot of like influencers and content creators who want to become celebrities, but I don't think that they want to become they want to be celebrities. They don't want to
Yeah.
do something that earns them the status of being a celebrity. Like, for example,
He's not wrong.
you know, Keanu Reeves is a
Not
celebrity
wrong.
because he's an amazing actor and he has been for 30 years. Like, there's a lot of people.
Do I agree with that? Keanu Reeves is an amazing actor. I love me some Keanu Reeves. Is he like an amazing actor? I don't think he is. He's amazing in the things that he does and the way he portrays them, like John Wick, obviously. That's his big thing. Bill and Ted. You know, he was Neo in The Matrix, fair enough, but is he like a thespian or whatever? I don't know. I don't know. Keanu Reeves is awesome because he's Keanu Reeves. Sure. And don't get me wrong, I'm not shitting on Keanu. I love him. Like I love all the shit that he was in. Bill and Ted 3, one of the very oh shit, there's a I guess all the kiddies are going to school. I just heard a bus stop and I guess near the end of my house. Yeah, Keanu's good. He's a good He has a good stage presence, I think is the word I'm looking for.
That want to kind of appoint themselves as a position of like, you know, because you look at somebody like Kim Kardashian, right? It's like she's, you know, famous because she's really hot, basically. And,
Is she
you know,
though?
they want to put themselves
Is
in
she?
that position rather than actually trying to earn any
Yeah.
sort of like real credibility for anything. Is down to earth. I mean, I think I am, right? With a lot of things, I definitely think I am. A lot of rich people are overly ambitious about the material, and also like this is another big problem that a lot of people have, and this is especially true with people that are rich. She hot? Is Kim Kardashian hot? I think she's ridiculously fucking hot.
Is Kim Kardashian hot? She's hot in a way that I would never be able to like in my wildest dreams date her because she looks so fucking incredibly high maintenance that I could not be bothered to give a fuck. Does she have nice titties and an ass? Sure, I guess, but you know, you can go to Pornhub or XNXX or whatever the fuck you want and like jack off to that. Like imagine she looks like puke. I don't think she looks like puke. I think it's a bit overstatement. I think she's pretty hot, but like she's definitely not my kind of girl. Oh yeah, I say that as if I was like had the choice of every woman on the planet, which uh, I, th- I think my girlfriend is stupid just for being with me, and she knows that. Like I tell her every day, like, "What the fuck, you're with me? Like, if you find another person, you need to go to them." Um, regardless, like, could you even imagine being in a relationship with this person? That's what I always think. Like, there's no way. There's no anyway. It doesn't matter.
But that's another like we don't need to talk about that. But yes, absolutely. A lot of people like to think that they earned and they deserve to be in the place in life that they are in. And I think this is a big problem that a lot of people on like in
I know what he's about to say, and I feel like super fucking betrayed by it because I was always like under the assumption of this particular mindset.
in society have is because like people are constantly fed a lot of like guilt messaging where it's like,
Uh,
oh, you should feel bad for the fact that you are white, or you're a man, or you have this privilege or you have that privilege, or you have a job and you don't know what it's like to be like a poor person. Whereas like for me, like if I was rich because I stole a bunch of money, I would be happy because I'd have a bunch of money.
sure.
I think that people focus too much on the approval of like greater society.
Hmm?
And because of that, they
He is
constantly
not
need to
wrong.
like rationalize and validate themselves.
So he didn't go the way that I thought he was going. Here, let me put on some like background music because it's weird. Um I guess I feel like super betrayed because my entire fucking life I was told, "Oh, go to school, get good grades. You get good grades, you can go to college. Go to college, graduate college." I'm the first person in my extended family and when I'm saying extended, I'm talking like fifth cousins extended, like everybody in my family. I'm the only one to have a master's degree, and I'm not like bragging about it. I'm just saying like that is what had happened because I was so told to like do this, do this, do this, go to college, graduate, get a good job, and all that. Where the fuck is my good job? Still waiting on it. COVID fucked me over, and here I am, like in my parents' house. It's like incredibly embarrassing. Having a master's in astrophysics, it's like the one thing that I have to my name, and everyone's like, oh yeah, do this, go get a good job. Well, where is that? I personally feel like I was lied to because I did all the things, and here I am at time is it 8:41 in the morning streaming, and I put out a fucking million goddamn replies, or I mean like job acquisitions, and I get a fucking million and one back saying like, oh, you're either overqualified or you're underqualified or you don't meet the criteria or whatever. It's just so fucking stupid. But here we are. Not to trauma dump. Sorry. It's just what he was saying. Like, people think that they're owed something, and I definitely was like that because I did everything everybody said. Where am I now? So dumb.
Whereas people can't enjoy like what they have just for what it is. They have to like constantly look for people patting them on the back for it.
But
I find that to be very
it's not wrong.
exhausting, and I think it's pathetic, to be honest.
He is not wrong.
Love him so much, sometimes without even realizing it. Despite being humble
and it's like here's another thing, right? Rich people problems aren't real problems. That's what somebody says. Well, rich people's problems are absolutely real problems. Like everybody's problems are real problems. But the reality is that I know that you don't care about my problems. And to be honest with you, I don't care about yours either.
I agree with that.
Okay. And like I don't need to prove to somebody like, oh no, my problems are real or anything like that. Because that comes from a place of narcissism. You want other people to feel the way that you feel. You want to be seen. You want to be heard. The world doesn't have an obligation to listen. And I think being able to get like internal validation, if you can do that, you'll solve like so many problems in your life. And it's so hard for people to do. Rich people problems are everyone's problem, unfortunately. Well, like if somebody doesn't approve of what you're doing, why would it matter?
I have the cringiest song
Think
about me.
It like that.
Good. I live in the cringe.
What, like, for example, like if somebody doesn't like what I'm doing, why would I care what they think? It doesn't matter. Like, what it really doesn't. Like, now there will be.
I'll listen to it after this.
I'll listen to them and I'll agree with them. But it's not because they said it, it's because I agree with it. Thoughts on conspicuous
Sure.
consumption? Well, I think a lot of people engage in that too much, and I think that streamers do that and other influencers do.
What is conspicuous as consumption? I don't understand. Where is it? I don't see it. Oh yeah, we need to watch the Beavis and Butthead thing. Where'd you send it to me? On. No, it's actually pretty funny. I think it was maybe 2 years ago I got like incredibly wasted on New Year's. And I think I was only streaming on YouTube at the time. And I had a guy that like came in here, Ghost 5D, I think. Was like, dude, you were so cringy last night whenever you were streaming. It's like, yeah, I was drunk. What the fuck do you like, what are you talking about? Have you ever been drunk before? I used to be drunk like 24/7 on all of my streams for like 5 fucking years in a row. Like what do you expect to like a super drunk person to do? You're a goddamn moron. I think it called him that. Like what the fuck? Like Swedish knows what I'm talking about. Cuz normally like I'll come online, and listen to music. Like if I'm just doing a music kind of thing, that I'm, you know, I'm 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 pretty fucking much there. And that's how I was whenever I came on now. Like I feel like I'm sobering up right now. But like, oh, you're so cringe, go watch it. Why the fuck would I want to watch myself being cringe? Like, I don't know. You're the one who was there that was viewing it. You could have clicked off at any point, but you know.
Do that
Anyway.
in order to parade themselves around as pseudo celebrities. I find it to be exhausting. If expensive things,
It is. It is. I mean, that's why I do it. Yeah.
Those things you should absolutely right. Yeah. But a lot of people, it's like an endless abyss, right? Where like you start trying to pursue something to, it's like, oh, I need to like have this thing, I need to have that thing, and then like you get it, and then you need something else, and then you need something else.
That's how my ex-wife was. It was never like, and I'm not shitting on her, but she could never like be satisfied. Like it was always the next thing. It was always the next goal. We got to go the next. What is our next vacation? Like what are we doing next? Like it was never like, "Oh, I'm enjoying where we are right now." It was always the next thing. And you hear so many people talk about that and they're like, "Okay, well, the next thing isn't ever going to go away. And then you're going to die and then you've missed all of the shit that you should have maybe reveled in and enjoyed a little bit, but it's always like the next thing.
So like very rarely do people buy something and then it actually is the missing puzzle piece and their jigsaw puzzle of their
That's
life.
exactly what he's talking
very
about.
Rarely is that the case.
An image of a nerd as
100%.
to be a very talented and successful businessman. I didn't conduct a thorough research, so I will talk only about the businesses of Asmongold I naturally know about from watching his content. First and foremost, he is a co-founder and co-owner of the streaming, gaming and content creation organization One True King, referred to as OTK. That is pretty much an organization that has been described by its members as media production company and a lifestyle brand. Asmongold, together with his friends and other fellow content creators from OTK, are also selling their merchandise. Besides that, Asmongold owns a computer assembly business called Starch for Systems.
I'm a co-owner, to be fair. Like, there's a lot of other people that are owning it, and I don't run the business. Like the people at Starforge run the business.
You can buy a PC designed for your.
Why? Excuse me. Why the fuck would anyone buy a PC for $5,300? the most expensive PC I ever bought was with a difference check from college, and I bought an Alienware, and I knew it was a complete waste of money, but like my entire like life I wanted an Alienware, and at that particular point I had the money to get one, and that's why I got one. Why the fuck would anyone buy something that's $5,300? That's so expensive. I would far rather that money be put towards like a baritone saxophone that I'll never get in my life.
You know, like the people at Starforge run the business.
You can buy a PC designed for your specific needs and have it delivered to your home, as far as I understand, to pretty much any place on the planet. The most interesting thing is that the business seems to be very successful and its marketing is just on another level, since
Starforge is extremely successful.
Why?
We're doing great, and
Why?
it's awesome.
Why?
it's successfully
Why
advertised
is
by Asmongold and other streamers, so the PR group is pretty strong there. Moreover, Asmongold owns a game development company called Mad Mushroom. They are working with indie game developers to make their games bigger by assisting them, providing feedback during development, leveraging advertising it, as well as building social media presence. Last but not least is the Steak and Egg podcast, which I have been listening to from the very first episode. Asmongold and two fellows from OTK are
it's a big.
I used to have a podcast. It was about 3 hours long. We shortened it. We did somewhere around the 100 episode mark. Never got any listeners in every week, because we do it like every week on Wednesday. So every week I'd throw up a Google Doc and like talk about the recent releases, obviously like gaming news and shit, and just all kinds of nerdy shit. And then we'd have a break at the end of like what you would recommend, like games, movies, books, whatever. Never took off. Had 1 or 2 viewers. Yeah. You know, whenever you do a bunch of endeavors like that, you gotta wonder. I mean, obviously, what's the common denominator? Anything that I'm involved in doesn't work. And I know that. It's fine. But like, man, I used to put a lot of effort into that shit. Now I just don't care.
To do all the things that I did, but in my perspective, like, it's a risk if you don't know what you're doing and you're not sure that you're gonna come out ahead. I don't view it as a risk because I am pretty confident that I can make certain things go well, right? So it's like, for somebody else, it might be a risk. For me, I don't really view it as a risk. I think the reason why is that, like, obviously, like, you know, I went to business school and everything, but that's not really the reason. I think it's because it's kind of like what, you know, we watch that other video, and it's people that are talking all the time about, like, oh, people are giving bad reviews to our product, and they view it as, like, these people are the enemy. Like, it's just like, a lot of people's perspective on business is really bad, and a lot of people's perspectives on, I guess, like, selling a product is also really bad. It's actually awful.
I could see that.
I'm gonna be honest. Like, it is crazy bad.
Publishing a weekly podcast which is getting on average 150,000 views per episode, which is pretty impressive considering the...
Somebody says, you're a huge streamer with massive audience, your viewers are by your toenails. So you're right about that, but that's not really true with computers, because computers cost a lot of money. Yeah, I can probably get people to buy a $15 shirt, sure, but can I get people to buy a $2,500 computer? Well, I've got to have a good computer.
Fact that guys mostly talk about video.
Hot take. If you're gonna buy a $5,200 computer, you're a goddamn moron. Guaranteed I could build that shit for less money. He's just... And this may sound like copium. Fair enough, it might be. Whatever, like, components that he has in the computer, people are gonna buy it because he's a huge streamer. Let's see him be a small streamer and talk to like maybe 5 people per stream. Let's see how well he sells a computer like that. Again, I'm not, I'm not like I enjoy his videos and everything. Obviously, we're watching it now. Let's see him talk to about 1 to 10 people a stream, and see how he does with selling his $5,200 computer.
Games, anime, and internet drama, which in reality is a pretty narrow segment.
Yeah.
To conclude all of that, Asmongold has numerous successful YouTube channels which post about 8 videos every day, a Twitch channel, an org, a computer assembly business, game dev company, and the podcast. And all of that has been achieved literally from the attic of the house. If
Sure.
that is
Yeah, I mean,
100%.
I usually, I don't really even take days off, right? I mean, you guys look at if you look at my statistics on Twitch, I don't really even take
Me
days
too.
off. I will, start working, and some days I'll start and I'll do my stream, and then I'll just immediately start doing something else, and like I'll be doing it until like 4 in the morning sometimes, and then I'll wake up, and like that's
Look at this chat.
what I do.
The grind mindset. Like, what are we going on? 3 hours. I bet I could pull off like a 9 or 10 hours stream today, and I'll get 1 or 2 people, maybe.
I mean, and it's like, yeah, that's. I'm glad. I'm happy. When are you gonna take a vacation? I'm taking a vacation right now. I like,
and that's
streaming.
good.
I know
Yeah,
this
I do
might sound
too.
crazy because like
100%.
a lot of people on Twitch for some reason hate streaming, and I did
weird.
whenever I was on my main channel,
It's
and
weird.
I realized that that's what I was doing,
Yeah.
and so I stopped doing it on the main channel because it was just unhealthy for me mentally. That's why I stream all the time. Fuck. But
Me
you don't
too.
get burned out. I had like a cyclical cycle, right? Where like cyclical cycle.
Yeah.
Where
Redundant.
like I would take really long breaks from streaming and then come back. Streaming is a hard job, Lamau. Well, streaming isn't really a hard job, but being good at it is. And if you think that it's easy, you know who else
Fair
thought
enough.
it was easy? I did. And look at me now. So if you really think that, go out and do it and prove it. Like, I mean, I like.
How do you get discovered? Like, what's Twitch's algorithm for pushing smaller streamers? What is that? There is none. YouTube, what do they do pushing small stream? Oh, there is none. At this point, I think Asmon has kind of maybe lost a plot. Like he's lost the thread of the plot, because he already has made it. And again, I'm not trying to like, oh, he's better than I am. Like I really don't care. I stream because I like it, but I think this is definitely the viewpoint of a person who has already made it, who thinks that he's a very much more interactable guy than maybe other people. But I've gone into smaller streams, maybe like Smokey, who should have like 30,000 people viewing him, but he doesn't. I really do think streaming is like a roll of the dice. And some people, like he was saying, you go into the stream, you say hi, and they're like, oh, hey, what's up? And then they just go back and say nothing. That's, I think at this point, Asmon has maybe a reductive argument because he is looking from the top of the hill, as it were.
Job is easy, and what I do is easy, then go do it. It doesn't matter to me. Like, if somebody thinks that, like, I don't need to justify how hard it is. Who cares? Like, it doesn't, like, that doesn't, like, why? What is it? Did we not just watch a Chinese streamer video if you did?
He's right.
99% of streamers can't make a living. Most people lose. That's just how it is.
He's right about that, too.
not impressive, I don't know
This
what
is a thing.
Remember, the guy has never finished university, but he's clearly a great businessman who knows how to develop and grow teams, delegate work, and build companies one after the other.
Sure.
The main thing I want to
100%.
say with
New
this
World
video
video,
is
remember
that this guy is a genius in one way or another, and actually is a great example for all of the young men out there. He proved
I think it's like, I mean, I think that there are some things that I'm very smart at doing and other things that I'm not necessarily as smart as doing. But one thing that...
What's the big quote? If you judge a fish for its ability to climb a tree, something, something, right? Like, if you can't do it, you can't do it. And if you can, you can. And some people do it and some people don't. The fish that came on, like, on land, the first one to, like, breathe air, just is what that was.
Like, this is one thing I learned about with, like, being at school, is that I wouldn't be very good at, like, doing some things in math, but I could memorize every single outcome that could happen and then just do it on the test without showing work. And so it's like at a certain point...
Yeah. So having been a professor, he's learned nothing. That is not learning anything. Right. That's memorizing shit. Let's see what he has to say about that.
If you are so good at one thing, you can completely offset being garbage at something else.
It's that point, sure.
that you should
But he doesn't
rich looking in order to be wholesome and popular. He is an example
Sure,
of the person
whatever.
who was just doing something he loved and became successful. I bet most of us want to do something similar with our lives, so we have a lot to learn from the true king of nerds, the Asmongold.
Well, I mean, I appreciate the video. It's a great video. I mean, I really do. I mean, I would say this, right, is that another reason why I'm successful is because I show up. I show up every time. I stream every day. I focus on trying to at least make
Doesn't
content
matter, man.
that is to some degree compelling. And I do my best to be there. And, you know, I have a bad day, too bad. I have a good day, great. Like, there are a lot of days, like, for example, like, my dad was like, I mean, like, he was so sick, like, he, you know, was like writing out a will. Like, it was really, really bad. I came home, I, you know, like, kind of decompressed from that for like an hour, and then I went live every night. That's it. Same thing after, like, my mom.
Sure.
That's just how it is. And I think being resilient and being able to...
See, I've done all the shit that he's talking about. It just doesn't provide fruit for some people. I talk all the time. I think I'm pretty knowledgeable about a bunch of shit. I try to not like shit on people. I don't know. Maybe that's the problem. Maybe I need to be like more edgy or whatever. But what he's saying, like, me and thousands, if not tens of thousands of other people do the exact same thing. The only thing that I haven't heard him say, and I kind of believe it. It's a roll of the die, you know. You got to throw the dice, and you have to have that like weird magic spark. Because I've heard this rhetoric again and again and again and again and again from all the other streamers. It's much more than what he's saying, in my opinion.
Like, being able to, like, take the way that you feel out of the... Like, for streaming, there are great times to treat something like a job, and there's great times to treat it like a hobby. And sometimes it's good to
Sure.
treat it like a job.
Sure.
You go in and you do the work. There's the video, by the way. Give it a like. It's a good video. It's a great video. It's all about me. Of course, it's great. And so, yeah, that's
It's not
the way I
wrong.
see it. Priorities, yeah. And Great Man once said, "It is what it is." Yeah, exactly. And like that's kind of like the way that like I was raised in general. Is like my dad. My dad's the kind of dad that
Hey, what's up?
you know, I'd get a 97 and he'd ask, "What'd you miss?" You
Me
know,
too,
he's
yeah.
telling me I'm still not doing enough work now. Like, I need to be doing more. He's like, oh, why aren't you doing this? Why?
No, I'm actually exactly like him. I cried whenever I got a C. I got a C in art. It's the only C I've ever got, like in my undergrad college career. Like before college, like kindergarten through 12th grade. I got a C in art. I fucking was terrified to go home. I was terrified. It was ninth grade. Got a C. Terrified to show my parents the my report card. But you know, yeah. I mean, I made straight A's. It just like thinking back about it. I well, every time I'd come home, or not come home, but so it was fourth grade, and fourth grade would be like an extended long period because we had like A, B, and C lunch. And you'd get like, I don't know, maybe 30 minutes for lunch or something. This was about an hour and a half, and then like whatever lunch you got, you know, you did that, and then you'd come back and, you know, you'd do your fourth assignment or whatever. And at that point, like I was kind of looking, I was questioning a bunch of shit, like religious wise. And people got like wind of that. Eventually I turned out to be atheist, physics, astronomy, and all that. But anyway, I would come back with little notes at my desk being like, we're going to burn you at the coven. They thought I was a witch because, you know, there ain't no hate like Christian love. That's like the big saying, right? So I don't know, maybe that had some like weird thing to do because I was like literally afraid for my life that I would fucking get murdered because I wasn't a Christian. Because I would come back from lunch and these little notes would be left on my desk. Yeah, that wasn't fun. I would not recommend that. But
Why aren't you doing that? You should do this. Why aren't you like? I mean, this is just always how it is. And so, you know, like, do you appreciate authentic, truthful to yourself? Yeah, as much as I can. Is you wrong? Well, like, I come from a like, it's kind of a weird thing because I live with my mom and I grew up like not like super poor, but like, you know, she would usually make money under the poverty line every year. But like, you know, my dad's side of the family is actually like a very, very wealthy German family. And so like that's kind of like where he came from, and you know, that's the way everybody else on like, you know, his side of the family is like. Most parents are like that. Yeah. Oh shit. I'm good. Fucking chair, I messed that up.
anyway, again, what, you know, we watched this 30-minute video. I really think like the takeaway is it's fun to what's the phrase, stand on the shoulders of giants. Right, whenever you're at the top, it's fun to look down at all the other people, but put him a year with the stream with 0 to 1 viewers. I'm just saying, like, again, he deserves all the praise. I'm not trying to be like jealous or anything because I really don't give a fuck who watches my streams. I just think it's interesting to see a very large streamer's take on streaming. I think it's really interesting to me. It's very interesting. I'm gonna go get some water. I'll be right back, and we're gonna do some Final Fantasy XIV dailies or something. Sorry if that sounded like a bitchy stream or whatever. I just think it's very funny that I've been doing this for like 6 years, and I consider myself like incredibly like conversationally adept, I guess. And I consider myself pretty educated in science and stuff like that. And then people are like, oh, we'll just do it. The fuck do I do? Like search engine optimization. That's the only thing I ever come back to of like why I don't get a lot of people in here. Other than like them hating my voice, which it is completely fair because I hate my voice. If I were to click on my stream, I'd immediately click off. But I will be right back. I'll be right back. Okay, I'm back. Everyone's on the edge of their sheets wondering if I would ever... edge of their chairs, sorry. I was looking at the bed when I said that. I got... It's actually pretty goddamn good. I got some mint tea. It's pretty fucking good. Okay, let's, shit. I didn't mean to do that. Give me some Final Fantasy XIV endgame. What are y'all doing today? Anyone? Whoever the fuck is in here? Why would you be in here? What are y'all doing today? Playing any cool games? Going out to eat at good restaurants? I don't know. I'm terrible at, like, icebreakers for conversation. Do any fun calculus problems lately? Okay. Let's be terrible at Final Fantasy for a little while. I don't think this, like, updates all of my shit. Which is really annoying. It's, like, super fucking annoying that it doesn't do that. Swedish Wargut says drunk behavior is fun. I agree. Fucking love Walton Goggins. Again, if anyone hasn't seen Righteous Gemstones, you should definitely go and watch it right now on gomovies.sx. I mean, not that site that has every movie and TV show for free. Do not go to gomovies.sx. Don't do that. Every show that you could ever want is streaming there with no, like, downloads or sign up or anything. Do not go to that site. It is definitely not where I go to watch all the shit that I watch. Do not go to that site. It's awful. One second. Can't even find my own goddamn YouTube channel. Oh, there I am. My keyboard is exceptionally loud. No, I can't play this song. YouTube will annihilate my face with their ass if I play this song. Aiming Final Fantasy XIV. I think we're good. I think. Yep, we're good. We do cheap. Alright, let's play some Final Fantasy. Why not? The only thing I'm good at in this game is poking shit with the stick, the pointy stick. Oh, it's Thirsty Thursday. What major celebrity are you like horny on main for? It's a weird question. I know it is. I expect weird answers. It's pretty good tea though. Hey, my shit is rainy. Favorite porn star? What, me? No, I'm just talking about regular celebrities. Like, I mean, if you want to go porn star, it's Lucy Lee, 100% in the white box room. Hey, I got a lot of money. What do we need to do? I don't think I've finished like any of my dailies yesterday. Fucked up on that one. Oh well. Average wait time less. Oh shit! I didn't even pick up my animal stuff. Okay. Gotcha. Oh, we're gonna like feed all of them and shit. YouTube will annihilate me if I play that song. I know how that shit works. Now, if I was only streaming on Twitch, I probably wouldn't have a problem with it. Actually, I could like stop my YouTube stream and stream on Kick. I was saying I should do that last night, but I didn't. Imagine that. Never gonna get through level 10 and 11. It's gonna take me like 2 goddamn weeks. Oh, hey, look at that. Let's go. Let's do some dungeon shit. we're in the Great Google Library hard mode. Oh, look at them. Dark Knight with a big ass fucking sword. Howdy. They're not. Okay. Guess we're not doing single pulls. They seem pretty confident. Fair enough. Bibliolater later. No idea what that is. Fair enough. Okay. It's pretty loud. Fairly loud. The fucking book. I am not a fan of these books. Okay. So what's everybody up to today? I guess I'm killing books. It seems. Oh shit, oh shit, okay. Could have been bad. Could have been bad. Not a fan of that. Demon of the Tome. See, he thinks he's hot shit. Nah. Ain't nothing. Ain't nothing, man. Oh, excuse me. I should probably be doing this with my red mage, but I really enjoy playing Dragoon. Kinda, sometimes. An ink stain. I do not need that. The hell? Okay. It's a bit of a weird pull, I suppose. I think it's supposed to rain today, if I remember correctly. Like, whenever I start talking about the weather, you know I've run out of shit to say. Usually pretty good about that, but... Are you not entertained? I wouldn't be either. But it is fun to play. I cannot deny that. Oh shit. Is that like a warp? The fuck? Oh, it's a jump. Weird. Okay. Sorry about that. Those people are like, this guy's a fucking moron. He doesn't know what he's doing. How did he ever reach level 90? Ow. Oh shit. The floor is annihilating me. Wait, what is this? I don't know what that was. Orion, what are you doing? Ow. That hurt. So we want to go here and they... Okay. Yeah, I gotcha. I gotcha. Dude, I am not the tank here. Somebody needs to, like, take over that duty if they can. That is not my job. Uh-huh. Yeah, it don't matter. Uh-oh. Do we go to moon? I guess we go to moon. Okay, I really don't know this boss very well, so... moon time. Moon, 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 moon. God damn it! I think I got hit. Sure. Not fun. I'm like fairly certain I don't need any of that. Yep, do not care. Ugh. Uh-oh. Oh, shit, I didn't think I made that. Shit. Ugh. Still sleepy. I might go take a nap after this and come back afterwards. I slept maybe like 4 hours. I know everyone's incredibly sad that I'm gonna stop the stream. Like, I know I'm disappointing thousands of fans. Like make a national holiday out of it. Nah, that's fine. I don't know. I may do like 1 or 2 dungeons. I'm pretty tired though. Excuse me. I want to get like at least 1 new gear set out of all of it before I go to bed. I'm pretty sure I can buy something after this. Or go back to bed, I guess would be the right term. Oh look, I don't even have my helmet on. The fuck am I thinking? You gotta put the visor down too. It's very important. The Great Google Library. I actually really like this dungeon. It's just a big ass fucking library. Look, it's a panda. Like, who spent 3 weeks coming up with this name? A panda. It's super dope. I used to go to a bar that was an old library. It was aptly named The Library. But they had books on like all the walls and shit. It's really cool. They used to know my name there. I'd come in, they'd have a fucking Long Island ready for me. This is great. They didn't skimp on the alcohol either. Pretty hot bartender too. Like, I don't know if I need to be this little thing. Like, I'm not quite sure what they want me to do here. Oh, by the way, that picture was like, what's the picture from earlier? That was Garuda. Wind summon. Don't know if I said that earlier. The fuck? The hell was that? I have no idea what the fuck that was. Okay. Very scary. It's a big ass fucking what is it? Behemoth, I think. "5 seconds until meteor impact." Oh, I see. Gotcha. Hide behind the rock. Yeah, okay. I understand the mechanic. I gotcha. Ow. Come on, man. What? Ow. The fuck? Okay. I messed that one up pretty bad. I'm gonna limit break him. It's actually pretty good. That was almost 10%. I'm pretty happy with that, actually. What? Who do I give the commendation? I'm gonna give to the Dark Knight because of the shiny sword. Why not? Necrologos transcription. While appearing to be gibberish, the words written within the stone are incorporating a summon spell. I'll greet it. Gotcha. Yeah. I actually do appreciate that. So for future reference, dark is for tornadoes, water is for imps, and wind is for quakes. Okay, that's fair. Alright, I'm gonna get off of here, and I'll be back later on tonight, for sure. Gotta keep that daily shit up. Gotta get that grind in, my friends. And appreciate y'all watching and hanging out. Almost a 4-hour stream. Versus, like, again, what I did earlier. It's a fun time. Love streaming. Take it easy.